'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall.
You know those childhood memories that just stick with you? Those were the days.
Take me back to the good times glow, when the world slowed down and the TVs glowed. From Mario jumps to TGIF nights, everything felt just right. If you remember, this is your song. Where you came from still lives on. Kick back, relax, stay a while. Voice of the people, USA makes it feel worthwhile. Halfway between two worlds, mixtapes and modems, boys and girls. We saw the change, we felt the shift, but those memories remain a gift. So if you miss when life felt real and laughter echoed through the reel, this night's for you, come take your seat. We're past and present.
Little TGI Friday here. Got any cheese? Every Friday we get to go and pick out a video. We don't record over this one. If I remember this. Welcome. Be kind, rewind.
TGIF Friday Throwback on Holistics, bringing back the good times every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time across social media and Voice of the People USA Radio and TV network.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. We're gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGI.
TGIF. Yeah. Oh. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Holistics. I'm your host, Hollis Mahidi, and this is Holistics. And this phone. Sorry, I forgot to put it on silent. So I just at the last minute posted on Instagram. I said 2 minutes, I'll be live. You know, Instagram is one of those tricky ones. I do not a huge fan of social media, as you know, but we know we have to. It's a necessary evil. So I'm going to put it down so it doesn't disturb our show here. But you know, you post something and then you don't know if it posted. So you push it again and then you look and it's posted like 10 times. And I'm just like, but it posted. So, oh, thank you. No, I got it. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. My assistant over here wanted to come to the rescue because he's an Android user and he knows everything about Androids, apparently. But I'm like, I don't care anymore, though. So I switched over to Android from Apple. iPhone I had for so long, and I don't really love this phone because I'm not used to it. I'm getting a little bit better, but as I said in my previous episodes, it's a good thing because I am on the phone so much less than I used to be, which is good. Like there would be times like I just won't leave the house without it. And I'm like, it's always good to have your phone, I guess, but like I will go into the bedroom and I would always bring it with me everywhere. I mean, it's like such a bad habit, like everywhere. And now I'm just like, oh, that thing, and you know, whatever. So I think it all works out for the best. But besides all that, I am Hollis again, and this is Holistic. So happy Friday, everyone. TGIF. Where does the time go? I always say the same thing, right? Oh my gosh, we are coming up on a big weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. And I want to hear in the chat room what everyone has planned because it is a big day. It's 250 years of the USA, of America. It's America's birthday, but it's a big one. 250 years. And they say a lot of these, like, is it empires or that they crumble before 250 years. So it's a big milestone to be able to get to that. And we're still here. So let me know if you guys have plans, fireworks, things like that. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fireworks, and it's exciting being in Cleveland because Cleveland is really cool. Dan and I have to figure out what we want to do for the 4th of July. I said, I want to do something. You know, I love the 4th of July just because, well, I love summer. I love pools and I love barbecues, which I always talk about. It's just the 4th of July it's just such a fun holiday. You know, it's a celebratory holiday, and there's always, because of the time of year, it's always, you know, there's going to be, hopefully, knock on wood, good weather. It's not going to rain. I guess the worst thing, it could rain, but you know, it's still warm. You know, when it comes to other different holidays, and they're not, like Labor Day. I feel like no, Labor Day's still warm. There's a Memorial Day, which isn't, it's not a celebration, but it's the Memorial Day weekend. It seems like it always rains that time. But I feel like you're pretty safe on the 4th of July. Like you're like, okay, I'm gonna get a good day, hopefully. And so hopefully it involves a pool, you know. Fireworks are nice, even though I never ever set them off myself or anything like that. Just like, no, no. When I was younger, we used to go to my lake house sometimes on the 4th of July, and my aunts would they would have sparklers and those remember those like little snakes? I don't know, like you would light them and they would like curl and then they would like turn into that gray dust or whatever. I always remember those memories. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people get hurt with fireworks and stuff and killed. You have to be very careful. So I just, won't light them myself or anything like that. But I enjoy a good firework once in a while. So yes, but it is Friday. So we're gonna do a little bit of everything today. Throw some nostalgia, throwback, you know, it always puts you in a good mood, I think, to reminisce a bit. Dan did his show last night. He went into a whole like segment when he was talking about, growing up in the 80s and just things that we used to do. Not really movies and stuff, but just, you reminisce the memories. So that's what Friday the vibe is here. I go into some other stuff because I have some big news. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. My assistant just told us we're featured on Rumble. Oh my God. What that means is, more people probably see it than if it's not featured. It's kind of like a boost, like an advertisement thing. Again, once in a while. So thank you, Rumble. I appreciate that. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's a nice little boost because, maybe more people will discover it and they'll become a fan of the show and then they'll be able to connect more. As you could see my little sign up here. We'll get into the housekeeping of the night before I get over to the comments. Going to see some comments there and say hello to everyone because, as I said, the show is just the show. It could be a bit boring if no one's in. It's not boring. I don't know. Am I boring? Hollis? Sometimes I feel like I say like a lot when I watch my stuff back. I'm like, oh yeah, like. I don't know how I would even quit. How I would work on that. What like one of those things where you have to pay $1 every time you say like, and then you just stop. You'll definitely stop saying it. Not like it's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing? Like some people, they add different accent, like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like, oh, like. I do say it quite a lot. I say ew. I used to say ew a lot. I probably still say that. But some things are worth an ew. But sometimes you go, ew, like, oh my God. But yes, so I don't know. So I am self-aware. I watch, sometimes I don't watch them back like the way I used to in the beginning. Not at all. I don't really have that much time. And, to do that, but I made some clips of them, so I'll do my clips and stuff, and they're like, "Wow, I don't know, I've said like 100 times in that one, maybe I won't use that clip." Um, but yeah, so little housekeeping. This is a community for people navigating a changing world, and we are in a changing world, changing for the better, changing for the worse. I think is what you make it. And if you guys have been here from the beginning, 39 episodes ago, we are on episode 39 tonight. So next week we'll be getting into the 40s, and I'm very excited. I'm going to announce that we have 2 guests coming on, not next week, but the following week. So I have someone on the 6th and the 10th. I'm going to tell you they are in a minute. And I think I mentioned it yesterday, but I got confirmation from both guests. So I'm very excited about it. I haven't had guests since, who was the last guest? Was it Jason? No, Thaddeus. So I've had 4 guests so far, right? I had Chris, Jason, Jessica, and Thaddeus. So that's 4. So I'll have 2 more soon. That'll be 6. I like to have guests. Like I said, I went back and forth. Guests are a little bit more work because I want to promote it and make a little reel. So they're a little bit more work, which again, I don't mind as long as I love the guest and I'm happy to promote them because I don't get anything for it. And that's not why I do it, but it does take my time. And like I said, a little just a gratitude or, help each other, share each other's stuff. If you're going to want to be on the show, and if anyone is watching and would like to be a guest, send me an email. And now I'm just asking, why would you like to be on the show? Have you watched the show more than once? Or have you watched the show ever? What do you like about the show? And why would you like to be a guest? What are you doing? That's cool? What are you doing to create a positive impact in the world? Not just self-promotion, me. I'm not into that. The show is called Holistics. Of course, I talk about myself, Or, it'd be kind of weird if I didn't. What I don't, we talk about lots of other things, but I'm not really into people who are just all ego and it's just like, what's my thing? I just want to sell my thing. I want to sell my thing. Here's my thing. Nope, don't do it. It's a mutual exchange of energy, and you care about my stuff a little bit. You don't have to love it. You don't have to care that much, but be interested in each other, because I can't stand, like I've talked about it before on the radio station. We've had, but the other stuff I did, there was a lot of people come on and they just, you just know they're just out for themselves. And it gets, it's just like not into it. So anyway, all my guests have not been like that. And my other two guests who are coming on are awesome. So I'm just excited to have them on. They're wonderful souls and people, and deep people, and lots of, and musical and spiritual. And they're just awesome. So we are cultivating a nice community here. So a community for people navigating a changing world, human connection, and meaningful conversations. I try to do that here. We talk about silly stuff. Like sometimes, like, who knows what direction it goes in. Friday nights, or we could talk about, like I said, Full House, to Family Matters, to old movies, to music, silly stuff, candy. We talk about a lot in food on Fridays for some reason, but all that. But at the end of the day, it's about, being a place where people can come. And I like when people come back. It's really cool. I remember last Friday we had a new person, and I make note of anyone new who comes in, and I hope they come back. And yeah, so there you go. So with that said, up there, join the community for exclusive content and perks. So I do have my community up there. It's on the Buy Me a Coffee, and that QR code, if you scan it, it takes you right there. Actually, I'll just show it real quick. Why not? I went through all the trouble to make it. So I might as well show the pictures I made. This is our little community, and I have a couple members in there, and I thank you everybody since episode 1. Again, that was 38 episodes ago, who've been there, and they've some of them joined, and some of them have bought me a coffee once in a while, give a little donation, because they understand, like I said, tip support the show. I do this. I don't do it to get paid. I don't get paid. I like doing it, but it costs, it's out of pocket. And so anything like that, you appreciate it. You want to throw a donation or whatever, I appreciate it very much. So thank you to everybody who has in the past. I truly appreciate it. I saw that Jess, I don't know if Jess is in the chat room. I saw you became a soul supporter. Thank you for that. That did not go unnoticed. I'm so glad. We have some really great people here, but let me find the little picture I was talking about. As if you're new here, I am my own producer, my own board op. As Timothy once told me, it's called not producer, it's a board op. Producer for music and all that stuff. But this is your board op. I would say, hey, board op, can you pull up that picture while I'm talking? They would just know to do that while I talk. They would provide the visuals. And here it is. I finally found it. There it is. There it is. And Jess became a soul supporter for $2 a month. I appreciate that. And the recreation member. There's only 2 levels. And with the $10, you get a copy of the new book, which I'm going to talk about, Love Zombies Land. Of course, I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about, because some exciting developments have happened since we last spoke on Wednesday. But yes, you get that. There's you get 2 of the songs I already put out, free downloads of those. There's a new song up there, Sweet Poison Love, that is not even out yet. It's there. And I have other private podcasts I've done about my music, the album Hollywood. There's all there. So as soon as you unlock that, you get lots of content that I've been putting up there for a good 3 months. So there's loads of stuff. And yeah, we're going to grow. We're going to, hopefully more people join or whatever, and see where it goes. But that's what it is. It's community. It's a community. But here we go. Let me try to take, and there, speaking of those songs, those are the songs you'll get. You get a copy of Amnesia. You get a copy of my new singles covers. They're all out, and that's what you're joining the recreation movement. I've talked about the reconnection movement, and since that was a long time ago, but now the recreation movement, not living in the past, but taking some of those things from the past that seemed that could be going obsolete. A big one I say is, just living in the moment a little bit of gratitude, and a little bit of connecting with people. It's a little bit harder to find that, I think, these days, even though we're so connected. We could become disconnected if we're always scrolling, which makes me happy that I'm not on my phone as much as I used to be. I'm trying to get rid of this picture. Sorry, guys. Where did it go? Board up. Get rid of the picture. Now I'm going to switch to another one. Okay, now I can get rid of that one. All right, there we go. And there's Chris. Must Kill Chris. If you guys haven't gotten his album yet, go over to the Bandcamp. Must Kill Chris, Weird Pastry. I don't know if he's in the chat room. I haven't gotten to the chat room yet, but you're right there, Chris. So I just wanted to pop you up there. And yes, so big changes, not big changes, big changes. When at the time I go on, I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Wednesday I did my pre-recorded episode. I don't know if you guys watched it. We're into it. I talked a lot about the books I had and parasites and inflammation. Like I was talking about getting back into my holistic health stuff. And next week I have some ideas for shows. As I said, we're shifting a little bit. We've talked so much about music, AI, and all that stuff, but I want to get a little bit more into the holistic health side because in the following week, I'm going to announce the guests. And I did say it. Donna is confirmed from the Waverly Wellness House, and she's coming on Friday, July 10th. So not next week because that'll be July 3rd, but in the following week. And the other guest that has confirmed, and he's going to be coming on Monday, July 6th, is Mark Whittiat. So I've talked about Mark many times. Love Mark, a good friend, a good, definitely soul family. I've known him since I was like in 5th grade. He's the virtuoso violin player, but he's just an awesome person. So we've been going back and forth. He could do that night, hopefully. So I know I'll be doing over the weekend, not all weekend. I'm going to limit myself to an hour or two that's it. But I got to make some promos and start putting them up. So it's kind of good. I have a whole week to do that so we can start getting it out there and sharing and letting everybody know. So there you go. 17 minutes in. I think I've covered a lot of bases. Before I tell you all the exciting news involving Love Zombies Land, I'm going to go over to the comment section and welcome the people who have decided to spend their Friday evening with Hollis Mahady and the Holistics here. So let's go over to the chat room. Let's see. Aw, hey, Chris is in the chat room. There he is. Hey, happy Friday. Hello, Must Kill Chris, all the way from the UK. Mugga Dirtbiker says, happy TGIF Hollis and everyone. Hello, Joe. Welcome. He says, I will be here at home on an 11-day vacation. Good for you, Joe. Oh, good. So you are really gearing up for the 4th of July then. So let me know what your plans are. Maybe you did. I don't want to miss anyone. I'm going to go down the comments. Shannon's in the house. White noise. I have a new video for tonight. Oh, so freaking cute. Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. Jim's Tim's in the house. Jim Tim, welcome in. G Wood. This might be, I don't know if that's that doesn't seem like anything too deep or meaningful. I don't know. This probably could be a bot. Well, it's better than not having, well, no, but we don't want that. I would say it's better not to have any. We don't want bots here. No dry tagging. They say that on TikTok, if you know about dry tagging. It's whatever. Okay, so Joe says I have this weekend off, and it's been a great week. Good for you. Thanks to Dan introducing me and the show last night. So I enjoyed that. Yes. Oh, thanks, Gems. Tim said I was boring. Sometimes. No, I don't know. Am I boring if I don't say anything? Make weird faces. That's one thing. I mean, I don't know. I think you're just kidding, but I know. I see the little smiley face. Winky, winky. Oh. You also say, then get pumped. You also say it a lot. Do I? I know, like a lot. Do I say, I say and like that? Yeah. And. Dark Knight says, first time seeing. I've only seen 3 minutes, so not a good judge. Good luck to you. Well, thank you. Well, hello, Dark Knight. Well, thank you. I don't know if you're still here. Like I said, in the first couple minutes, I just kind of go through the housekeeping. But if you're still here, I hope so. If not, well, then have a great Friday night. He found us in the big world of Rumble. You know, sometimes you'll get, like I said, if you get featured, you might get more people like find you because it's like on the editor picks or like, oh, we should watch this or whatever. But we haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes of the episode. We will get into the TGI Fridays, but you know, it's TGI Fridays. There's really no rules. Let me know what's on your mind, guys. Check it out. Chris says, I'm here. There's another person this is a name I don't know. Vorgun. Vorgun says so. So what's up? Yeah, he's getting ready for 4th of July. There he has his flag there. Oh, Jim Tim says, what is your favorite types of proteins and amino acid powders? Okay, we'll get back to that. Hold on. So glad Aaron's Aaron's in the house. Hello, Aaron. So glad to be part of this chat. Well, we are glad to have you. It's not the same with that when someone's missing, we notice. So I know I notice. So I'm glad you guys are here. But yeah, back to what, proteins and amino acid powders. I used to have that spray. Not spray, it was like it's called like it sounds so dumb. It was Bragg's amino acid blend, but it was like almost like soy sauce. But it was full of all those like proteins and stuff. Powders, I don't have a favorite one. And protein, I have some powders. I don't have like a favorite one. I've used them before, those kind of protein powders and stuff. What, Aaron, you had one you gave to Dan once. It was like a super fruit blend or something. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know, Jim Tim. I know you're into all this stuff. What do you recommend? I know you're a workout person, so I know it's like the whole thing with the protein. I started talking about it the other day, Wednesday night, about the books and everything. And I started, when you have so many, I'm like, well, which one do I start? What should I read? I don't know. I just picked one up. It was called Liver Rescue. It was one of the books. I don't know if I showed that one. I think I did. It was the same book, The Medical Medium or something. And the guy, I forget his name. It's not, I don't have it in front of me. But I just started looking at one of the books about the liver. And I had heard about that fatty liver before, but just like, wow. I mean, obviously, like, everything's important, but like the stuff that the liver does, and reading about that, how that is really linked to a lot of things that are wrong in the body. Like a lot of it starts in the liver. So I just started the book, but let me know if you guys know anything about that. I've heard of that fatty liver, but you start reading these books, and I've read a lot of them, and it's like that's the hardest thing about weight loss, and not weight loss, but just nutrition. Everyone has different opinion. Now, in this book, he's saying don't eat eggs. These are bad for this. This, like, apple cider vinegar is not the greatest. It could be bad for your liver. Eggs are bad for your liver. Like, and then you go to another book where it's like, they swear all meat is good, all high protein is good for you. Then don't have, like, you can go crazy with it. It's a mystery. I don't know. I've tried so many different things. The one thing that I do find that comes across a lot of these books, like the common theme that I think most agree on, whole foods are better than, obviously, loads of processed foods, things with preservatives, like the middle of the grocery store, anything in bags for a long time, like, cookies and snacks and anything in a box, dead foods that are like a lot of chemicals and preservatives. That is one thing I think you could safely say, yeah, it's probably better to eat whole foods. Now, this book says that apples, not apple cider vinegar, but apples are superfood and really, really good for your liver. Then you go back to the old saying, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. There's something to that. That's a really old, saying. My mom always ate a red delicious apple every day. And then I had an apple I got and I didn't eat it. And I went to look at it after I read it. I was like, I better eat my apple. And it was soggy because I didn't eat it. It was out too long. So I'm going to get an apple. I'm going to start eating an apple a day. But so Jim says elevation from Aldi's, Brick House Nutrition, chocolate, vanilla, or peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Now, this was another thing last night they're saying. Now, I know that peanut butter has a lot of fat in it. And then you hear there's good fats and there's bad fats. Obviously, the good fats, avocados, nuts, certain oils and stuff. Like, these are good fats. So if you're going to have fat, you should have that instead of having like a pound of bacon or whatever. So, but then this is say the fatty livers. He's saying like high fats aren't that good for it. Like, if you're trying to detox your liver, there's certain foods, but there's so much. So it's just, I mean, I'm just opening the book and kind of getting back into it. But if that stuff is true, which, I'm sure there's a lot of truth to what they're saying, because everybody's different. Obviously, alcohol's not good for your liver. Other obvious things like soft drinks, soda, caffeine. I think they said maybe caffeine was good for it, but soda, obvious stuff that, but the thing that I was like, eggs, really? Cheese? You hear it a lot. Vegetarian diets, vegan diets.
I've known people who were vegans, and then after a while they stopped being a vegan because they were feeling sick. Okay, their not body needed protein, but then you're like, well, just get your protein from chickpeas or get your protein from something else, like these powders and stuff. And don't eat meat. This book, as I said, it doesn't say don't eat meat, but all the recipes said there's no meat in any of them. So I read a lot about eating animal products, and then you hear people are like, no, I was a bit, like I said, I was a vegan and I felt sick and it's not enough. Then you hear, I'm sure people have heard that. Well, your teeth are carnivore and they're made for eating meat. I was a vegetarian for a couple of years when I was in California, but I was always a meat eater. So I was kind of like, oh, so I would be eating some of those fake chickens and fake, the Beyond Burger from Burger King and stuff. That stuff's not good for you either because it's that stuff. If you look at the box of like that corn chicken, like QUORN, I would eat some of that stuff once in a while, or like a fake turkey, a tofurkey or something. Tofu. I don't know. I've tried it all. So I don't know. It's interesting to get back into it, but I do know when I eat better, obviously you feel better. I do love vegetables. That's one thing I am happy about. Dan doesn't like them that much. I'm just trying to get him to eat them. He said he's going to start eating more, and I'm holding him to it. But I do love vegetables, actually. And people are, oh, you love vegetables? I do, especially if you make them, stir fries and stuff like that. But the reason why I love them, because I do feel, and there's a lot of mind over matter, I feel when you're eating them, you're putting good things into your body, which makes you feel good, even more than the taste. It's just like I feel healthier eating them. Fruit is a big one. He said fruit is really good. Then you hear, don't eat too much fruit. There's so much sugar in it. Then he's saying sugar's not the culprit. It is fat. And then you're going to go to another book and it's going to be completely different. So, and then you look at the guy. I looked him up, like, who is this guy? And he isn't a trained medical person. But then sometimes I'm like, well, maybe that's good because it's alternative. So then your people like, oh, well, according to scientific, there's no scientific proof behind that. And he's called like the health medium or something, spiritual medium. So somebody said some of this came to him when he was like 4 years old, all the health food he should eat. I don't know, guys. There's a lot. So that has nothing to do with Friday night TGIF, but I think it's interesting. But as I learn my knowledge, I will share it. And as I said, I share what I read when I come across, and I say my disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. I am not a nurse. But it's why I'm excited to have Donna on. She's a trained nurse. She has 4 decades of experience. I know this. I mean, I know it because when I met her, we became friends and I learned a lot. But I was reading her bio today, and it's on the Waverly Wellness House. Actually, let me pull it up so I could show you. We can start to prepare for our guest. Get your questions ready. I'm going to pull it up here. Hold on one second because she's awesome. I'll show you a picture of her. Waverly Wellness House. Scranton. It's not really in Scranton. It's in Waverly, but it's in Clarkson. Oh, here it is. So now, board up, Hollis. Can you please share the screen? So let me just share the screen here. Share screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's share. All right, now let me go back here to my StreamYard. That's where we are. Actually, I need to make my screen here a little bigger. Oh no, now I messed up. I may need my, there's a delay on this, but I may need my assistant. He's usually there. Hopefully he's listening because I did something. I don't want to X out of it. So in the meantime, as I'm trying to pull this up here, sharing, I'm scared to do anything with this screen because I don't want to close myself out. Let's see if it'll come out here. There he is, my assistant. See, I'm the board op, but luckily I have someone who knows this computer a lot better than I do. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dan. So here we go. Sorry for that little foot loop. I just made that word up. Okay, let's see. Here we go. We're going to add to the stage. There it is. Okay, cool. So let me go back over. But home and about. Okay, so here's Donna. Let me see something real quick. You guys can see that? Okay, great. So this is Donna, and for nearly 3 decades, the Waverly Wellness House has been NEPA's premier destination for advanced integrative wellness care. Founded on the belief that true health begins at the cellular level, the center offers thoughtfully curated therapies designed to support detoxification, restoration, and long-term vitality. The practice is led by Donna Floramonte, a respected leader in the wellness industry with more than 4 decades of experience. Donna earned her nursing credentials in 1978 and later expanded her professional focus to include body cleansing and detoxification through advanced training at the Optimum Health Institute in 92. She holds multiple certifications in massage therapy and electrolymphatic therapy and is one of the fewer than 600 board certified colon therapists worldwide. Wow. In 1997, she brought colon hydrotherapy to the region and founded the Waverly Wellness House in Waverly, Pennsylvania. Under her leadership, the center blends clinical knowledge with holistic wisdom. Each service is delivered with precision, intention, and deep respect for the body's natural ability to heal when properly supported. So, for more than 27 years, Donna has helped clients achieve optimal health through a personalized, results-driven approach that integrates nutritional guidance with advanced therapies. I know you guys could read, but I'll just read it anyway. Services include colonic hydrotherapy, lymphatic treatments, full spectrum sauna, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. That's something I really wanted to always try and I never did it yet. Chiropractic care and reflexology, all selected to encourage cellular health, immune balance, and system renewal. Every recommendation is guided by individual physiology and personal wellness goals. The Waverly Wellness House is also a restorative space by design. The environment is calm, private, and intentionally created to foster comfort, discretion, and deep relaxation, allowing clients to slow down, reset, and reconnect with their health. At the Waverly Wellness House, wellness is not a trend, it's a lifelong commitment to informed care, proven experience, and sustainable well-being. All right, let me go back here. Okay, so I just read all that, obviously. I know you, like I said, you guys could read. But yeah, so there's a lot. Let me actually put my background back on there. Oh, sorry. There's so many cool things. Like when I met her, as I said, when I was working at Inner Harmony Wellness, and I was in charge of, I did a bunch of things, but I was actually, the place is beautiful. I mean, they have a whole huge like complex inside, but I worked in the little, I don't want to say it's a studio. It was like a little house. No, it wasn't really a house. Anyway, that part doesn't matter. But I was in charge of the red light therapy bed. And I would have clients come in and they would go under the red light therapy bed. I'd turn it on and off for them. I'd tell them all the benefits of red light therapy because I learned a lot there about when they talk about their cellular health. That's what she said on there. It all starts at the cellular level. What does that mean? We're going to get into it. But I liked it so much that I got my own red light therapy bed. I did mention that. And maybe I'll do a little tour and show you it. Not right now, but I'm going to have to pre-record that and start using it. Like during the winter, I used it a lot more. I haven't used it lately, but it's right there. So I should be using it every day. But red light therapy was what I was focused on the most when I was there. I did other things too. Like I said, I was actually in charge of the weight loss program they had. And I done the program myself. Sorry, I have an itchy nose. It's not a nose on my lip there. We're live, guys. It just what it is. Go ahead, everyone. Itch themselves if they need to. I'm not looking. You're only looking at me. But yeah, so many cool things that Inner Harmony Wellness has. I'm saying have, like it's still there. But I haven't been there in a long time. Ever I stopped working there, I moved, so I didn't go back. But we kept in contact with Dr. Peter and obviously Donna. And I've been saying for years that Donna needs to get on the show, but I didn't have holistics yet, so I have it now. It's happening. But yeah, so I would do the red light therapy and the holistic weight loss program I did. And that was just, again, that worked for me at the time. I lost 20 pounds doing that. And it was right around COVID, after COVID, the effects of COVID. And I had gained weight. I was home. I was back in Scranton. I was drinking and I was sitting in front of a computer all day. I'm not, you just get out of your daily activity. But prior to that, when I moved home, I was working in a casino. I would be walking 5 miles a night. I'm just walking and not even just like, you're consciously going to the gym all the time. It was just, I was active. I was always out doing something. So, when you go home and during COVID and everyone is just sitting there and you're just drinking and not everyone did that, but I gained weight. So when I was working there, I was like, okay, this is my chance. I gotta like clean up my life. And it was a great job and it led to a lot of great people and stuff. But anyway, back to that. So the Waverly Wellness Center wasn't very far from Inner Harmony Wellness, and they had other things that Inner Harmony didn't have, like the hyperbaric oxygen chamber. That's something I really wanted to try because when you talk about the cellular level, the cells in your body, I mean, we're made up of like trillions of cells. Even when you like take a shower, I think cells, you lose cells every day, but then they come back or regenerate, more come. But when you hear about cells and the health of your cells, I mean, maybe you don't hear that often, but everything at a cellular level, even when you think about, disease, cancer stuff, it's cells go awry, or cells are like misforming or going in, so dis-ease in your cells, disease, cells. I don't want to miss anything here. So everything starts at the cellular level. So red light therapy is good for, so they say, the studies say that it helps at a cellular level heal. And ATP is something that's for energy. Jim, probably know about that. I can't say what it stands for. It's something long, but ATP is what's in your cells that gives you the energy. Because a lot of people would come in and say, I heard that red light gives you energy and stuff. And it's supposed to, the light goes deep into your cell and helps, rejuvenate some of maybe the broken cells, not broken, but the weaker cells and stuff like that. So hey, I use it, and when I use it, I always feel better. So they said, and I have a whole book about that too, but all the benefits to it. Some people will come in, they just for weight loss. They heard, that it helps shed belly fat and stuff like that. I mean, you have to do it a lot. But I mean, there's no really miracle for that. I mean, you have to use all this in conjunction with the healthy diet and exercise. You're not just going to go and like sit under a light and lose weight. So, but it could aid in that. But taking care of your cells and cellular health and all that, that is important. That I was reading about the liver cleanse stuff, that when you could really cleanse your liver, that is good for anti-aging. You start looking younger because your liver is linked to so much. Lots, guys, lots. Hollis for peanut butter. I like peanut butter. Just as a treat. You're not eating a lot of it. White Noise says avocado, eggs, and tomato on food for life. Sesame bread with a sprinkle of balsamic. Oh my gosh. Speaking of avocados, I was craving avocado toast. I don't eat toast that much anymore because, bread and all that. I love avocado toast and tomato. Sesame bread with the sprinkle of balsamic. That sounds so good. I love that. Sometimes I put sriracha sauce on it and everything bagel seasoning. So I didn't have bread yesterday. So I'm like, let's go to Dunkin' Donuts has avocado toast. I used to eat it like a lot. And then I didn't eat it for a long time. And I was craving it. So I went like $4 or $5 for it. And I'm just like, I wanted more. It was only one piece. So we went to the grocery store and I was like, I'm buying a loaf of bread. And I bought actually because Dunkin' Donuts is like avocado spread they put on it with the everything seasoning. It's really good. It just goes fast. It's only one piece. I'm like, well, you could buy a whole loaf for like $4 or $5 and get your own avocados to put on it. So we went to the store. I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting it. And I splurged on the Dave's Killer Bread. Did anyone ever have that? It's my favorite bread. It's so good. I remember Aaron. Did you ever try it? I don't know if you liked it as much as I did. I was like, Aaron, you have to get it. It's more expensive than regular bread. It's a little pricey. It's like it's usually $6 at least. I mean, but bread now is not cheap. Some bread's like $4 or $5, most of it. But sometimes it's $7. But it's so freaking good. And I think I talked about it on the show before. It has like first, you're attracted to because of the marketing. I'm like, ooh, Dave's Killer Bread. There's a guy with a guitar on it. I'm like, oh, what's the bread is that? It's a musician's bread for musicians. But I don't know why I love it so much. It's just so tasty. It's thick and so good. There's different ones too, like some with flax seeds, some with different seeds and stuff. It's just really tasty, even with just butter on it. So I got that. And then I got the guacamole from Heinen's I went to. And I had everything seasoning. And then I made my own toast. And I had it today for the first time. So Shannon says that, which is funny because I haven't had it forever. But it's one of my favorites. I used to eat it all the time. You could do a lot of different things. Like tomato on it is really good. Balsamic, that sounds really good too. Especially that real like drizzle, that balsamic drizzle stuff. And like I said, sometimes I put that sriracha on it. It has to be the hen kind, the rooster. Not like Frank's Red Hot. No, it has to be the rooster one. And you put that on it's a little bit of everything. Again, I love avocados. Now, avocados is a healthy fat. Avocados are pretty fattening. But Jim's, is avocado a protein? You let me know. You could put avocados in like different recipes in the blender, and they're in a lot of recipes for even weird ice cream and stuff. Like when I get at my health kicks, we make these raw desserts, and some of them had avocado in it. And it was for a mint chocolate chip ice cream, but they used avocado instead and peppermint oil and stuff. And I tried it. I did one. It was so good. Amy, I don't know if you're in the chat room or Aaron, you could ask her. Do you remember that? It was in the freezer and we left and you had some of it. That was avocado with the mint oil and bananas, frozen bananas. Bananas are in a lot of those recipes. It's almost always bananas, frozen bananas, frozen bananas are in pretty much every smoothie. I mean, you don't have to put it in, I guess, but they're like I feel like that's like in all recipes. And people then they say bananas have too much sugar, shouldn't be eating them. Then people say make sure you eat bananas because potassium. Blah blah blah. There's a lot. There's a lot. I'm talking like a mile a minute, I feel. Aaron says that sounds so good, white noise. So glad you're yes, right. Aaron, doesn't that sound good? You think though? I think so too. That sounds so good. Hop has graced us with his or her presence with a what is that supposed to mean? That smiley. It's not really a happy face. Maybe they're not in a good mood. Maybe they're here. We could cheer them up. If they say anything else, we'll know. Oh, here we go. There. Nuh-uh. And me thinks the green smoke works better. Oh, okay. Maybe the green smoke is a marijuana. Hobson, are you sick? Yes, I am. Anything. I'm just catching up, so I might have missed something. But if Hobson, if you're still here, let us know what you mean. Do you mean like marijuana? Because I've gone into that too. You know, it's just I never really smoked pot. I mean, I did in California and stuff, and I mean, I've smoked it before. But I mean, as I've said on the show before, Dan's mom was very sick, and that's the one thing that helped her. So, you know, I don't personally smoke, but I'm for it. You know, if it helps people, there's a lot of different CBD oils and stuff. You know, I don't. For me, I mean, there's a difference between just getting stoned all day and being a stoner and just sitting there and eating. Again, not judging, whatever. But if you're really using it for pain, is natural. I mean, that comes from grass. That's what they call it, right? It comes from Mother Earth. I think it's when you do other things to it, but and it's amazing, right? Dan used to work, I mean, for many, many years at not at a cannabis place, but that was his industry. He knows a lot about it. Even though he didn't smoke either, but he even was like, you know, he wants to try it perhaps down the line for pain because that is a big thing that it helps with that. But there's so many different kinds, right? The sativa and different strands. And even when I used to smoke weed, not like I did a lot. Like I said, I tried in California a couple times. And for me, I was always like, oh, yeah. And then I could see why people would gain weight. I was just like, the food does taste really good. I'm like, oh my, you didn't even think a carrot could taste as good with hummus. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. So it definitely like, you know, enhances your senses or makes the eating experience better. So I could see why people, when they're stoned, they just want to go eat food. But so different uses for it, you know. A lot of people like they say even for weed is better than alcohol because alcohol could make people really angry. They say most people who are on weed, you know, you're just like stoned, you're like happy. So that it seems definitely better than alcohol where you could get in a car and be drunk and kill someone, God forbid, or lots of like obviously domestic disputes. Like alcohol can make you really freaking angry. That's why I don't drink anymore. It brings out a bad side. I mean, I don't know what it is. They call it spirits for a reason. They say alcohol is not the greatest thing. You know, it's opens you up to other things coming in. Whole other conversation. But anyway, let me scroll down and see what I missed here. If they're still there. Hop says afterwards, I prefer a jar of peanut butter and a box of crackers. Aaron said, Hops, are you sick? Yes, I am. White Noise says a hard boiled egg. Oh, yeah, they're good too in a salad, like a nice Cobb salad with avocado, egg, hard boiled egg. I got this egg cutter. I was amazed by it. I'm like, oh, it's so cool. You know, you put the egg and you put the thing down and it's like, looks like a restaurant. I love, yeah, Cobb salads are awesome. I mean, bacon's not the best for you. I don't eat bacon too much, but Dan's dad, when we gave us like 10 pounds of bacon. So we're like, we're making a Cobb salad and putting bacon on it. I really don't eat bacon, but because I don't really like pork. I don't eat pork hardly ever. I don't like ham. Like once in a while, like my mom made it for Easter or something, but I'm just not a huge fan of pork. Although I do like a hot dog once in a while, but I try to get the all beef ones. Hot dogs, I don't know. You never know what's in them. Those are ones like, I used to think about all this stuff like, no, I never hot dog it. Certain things I'm just like, oh, whatever, once in a while, and I don't think about it. Hey, I tried all different things. I used to be like, no, what's in that? What's the meat? And then didn't eat meat. I don't know. Sometimes it's just too much to think about. And you're like, okay, balance, balance, a little bit of balance. There we go. Jim says ATP. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I probably can't even. Should I try to pronounce it? I should know how to say this. I sound pretty dumb, right? Especially if I was talking about a red light therapy expert. But I knew it was ATP. It was just triphosphate, adenosine triphosphate, triphosphate. Well, anyway, it's primary molecule used by all living cells to store and transfer energy, often called the molecular unit of currency for the cell. It powers everything. Yeah. So when you start, reading about fitness, even any kind of, even just going to the gym and working out and stuff, I've heard about that a lot. You hear ATP. I'm trying to think. I remember when we went to get those transfusions, not transfusions, but it's probably the wrong word, but the bags, the IV drip thing, well, they give you vitamins and all that. There was an ATP shot, I think, and that one cost a lot more, but I think I got it and it was good, but they were saying that's a big one. I don't know if Dan's in the chat room. What was it? Was it ATP? They were like infusions of this stuff, but they were like saying, I could be wrong. Let me know if you remember, Dan. But was it, remember and it was like sessions where you were there for 3 hours? I didn't do this, but that it was really intense. But then by the end of it all, you were like, felt so good. Like it really replenished your body and stuff. Was it ATP or was it something else? But like you have to do it in small doses because you could feel sick. Jim says, from muscle contractions and nerve impulses to building essential proteins. Aaron said, I tried it and it's good. With the avocado toast? Or with balsamic? Good. Jim is good here. He's giving me correct information. And like I say, I always put my disclaimer, I'm not trying to spread disinformation. I don't know. We're just talking, so like if I'm wrong, like make sure, let me know. So I want to learn. I'm here learning. Releasing energy. When a cell needs energy, it breaks the high energy bond between the second and third phosphate groups. Removing the final phosphate released a burst of energy. Now, James, you must have studied a lot of this stuff. Do you went to school? Was it for physical education? Was it gym? Like, I don't mean like that, like a gym teacher, but was that what you were trying to do? Or because you probably had to take a lot of physiology and anatomy and all that stuff. I think it's very interesting. But we do have someone here who went to school for it, so they probably know a lot more than we do. As far, they probably studied all the bones. Let me know. I could be wrong. Aaron says, what peanut butter is your favorite? Hops. Hops, are you still here? Tell us more about yourself. Extra crunchy with salty crackers. There you go. Joe says, at the moment, Hollis, I'm starting the weekend off with a pint of Main Avenue Creamery chocolate peanut butter homemade ice cream. Speaking of peanut butter, you guys, we're on the same wavelength here. Everyone's craving peanut butter now. Is everyone? No, I want it. They had, this is not good, but in Dunkin' Donuts, hey, buy me a coffee. Thank you guys, everybody who's done that. But I will go and get a coffee sometimes. I'm like, oh, they have a peanut butter, like, it's not good. I didn't have it. And they change the drinks once in a while. And I do like to get a frozen coffee once in a while, even though I know it's all sugar and bad. I try then just to get the iced coffee with a little cream and like maybe a flavor or whatever. But anyway, I saw they had like a peanut butter colada. And then I'm like, there's 1,000 calories in it. I said, I'm not getting that. I said, yeah, no. Because it's like a freaking meal. Those drinks really they're like a dessert. So I'm just like, I'd rather have something else for 1,000 calories. I try to keep trying, So anyway, extra crunchy. I like Jif right now, but what do you like? There's a lot of different kinds of peanut butter. Almond butter I like too, but almond butter I eat more when being healthier. Almond butter doesn't have as much taste. To me, there's nothing like a good peanut butter. Peanut butter banana is a good combo, especially when you blend it up for a smoothie. It's delicious. There's a Get and Go or Sheets. They have a peanut butter and jelly smoothie. So they use, I don't know what they use, maybe strawberry in there. But that's really good. Depends on what you're in the mood for. But you can't go wrong with a little PB. PB. Uh, Pop says the cheapest because it ain't gonna last the night. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing too about peanut butter. I mean, it's not too expensive. So it's a good go-to food. It's not like like I said, when I try not to eat too much toast anymore, but I love peanut butter and jelly on toast. What's everyone's favorite jelly flavor? I love grape. Grape's probably my favorite. I like peanut butter on toast and jelly. Are you guys craving it now? As I said, I lived in the UK. I didn't really like a lot of their food there. And I didn't gain weight because it was really all I ate. Not all I ate. Like I would go and, especially if we were able to, when we were playing gigs, and sometimes we got good like writers backstage and we could have a meal and stuff. Like, I did that. But just on a daily basis, I ate a lot of hummus, I remember, a lot of vegetables, dipping vegetables, hummus, and loads of toast with different things on it. But peanut butter and jelly is always, can't go wrong. I haven't had that in a long time. And now I really want it. We do have some peanut butter, but I haven't had it on toast. This is interesting. The cheapest. Jim says avocados contain protein, but only in small amounts. A whole medium avocado has about 3 to 4 grams of protein, making it one of the more protein-rich fruits, though it's not a primary protein source. Well, thank you. Thank you, Jims, for that. Yeah, it's weird. Avocados don't really have much taste. I don't think they have a lot of taste, but I love the texture. I love the texture. It's just something about it. But what's weird is that, some people don't even hate it. But I like it like on a sandwich, like I said, or a nice vegetable sandwich. I do love vegetable sandwiches with like lettuce and onion and tomato and cucumber. When I go to Subway, I haven't had that in a long time. When we lived in Maine, there wasn't that much. We always were getting Subway. But I would always get the veggie hoagie. I like veggies, but I love veggie sandwiches on nice bread with a nice spread. And I always put sriracha on everything too. Sriracha, I know, because it just adds a little spice. It just adds something to it. If it needs a little flavor, throw a little sriracha on it. I even like it on pizza. The breakdown. About 80% of avocado's calories come from heart-healthy monosaturated fats. See, that's the thing. I've always heard that, always read that about avocados are a healthy fat. Is that good for a fatty liver? I don't know. James, have you heard about that? I mean, I have heard of a fatty liver before. That could lead to a lot of problems. The liver is fat. As I say, I listen back. I use the word fascinating about 1,000 times, but I'm sorry. I think it is fascinating. I think the human body is fascinating. And the liver, we have to be kind to ourselves. Gosh, I'm sorry, liver. All those years I drank and stuff. Poor liver is like working overtime. But the liver is a big one. And the pancreas, I think the liver protects the pancreas. It's like he was explaining in the book, like pancreas. That's a lot to do with insulin and what was the other thing? Glycogen? What's the thing? Glucose. Not glycogen. I'm sure there's something named that. But glucose, turning sugar into glucose. And in this book, again, another take. This guy was saying sugar is not bad. Not all of it. Like good sugar, honey, fruit. He was saying, no, we should eat a lot of fruit because your liver needs glucose and it needs that to, again, I sound dumb, but I'm just talking. So if anyone, I'm going to be learning a lot more and I'll be more of an authority on it. But as I said, it's very important, be kind to your body, be kind to your organs. And I say, thank you, liver. Thank you for being there all those years. And I'm sorry I abused you when I was in college and back in the day. Like it's been there. That's why we say, like, be kind to yourself. I love the human body, your heart. I bring it up, but I do think it's amazing. And since we were born, it's never stopped a beat. I mean, maybe, you hear that saying, oh my God, my heart skipped a beat when that happened. Why do you say it? Because it's pretty serious. I said this on a show once and someone said, oh no, you could still be alive after a couple of minutes if your heart stops. I mean, yeah, but maybe not right away, but you need a beating heart to live. So, you know what I mean, just in general. But the fact that every day since you've been born, it's been so loyal to you more than it's been like beating. That keeps you alive. I just think that is through everything we go through in our dramas and this, your heart is just there. Your organ, your livers, they're working overtime. They're like doing all this stuff to keep us alive. So that's how I think. I think it's kind of amazing. Weed is the gateway drug, only for terminal stuff. Many people have jobs that prevent you from enjoying the green smoke. Yeah, I know. You like the drug tests and everything, so you can't have it. I know. Egg cutter rocks. Yes, the egg. You know what I'm talking about. That it's yellow. Mine's yellow, appropriately, right? Scrapple. I've heard of that. What is it? That's a meat, right? Something weird. Something weird. I don't know. I've heard of it. Is that like a weird sausage or something? Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably have had it, but we have liver and onions, cretin and boudin as our cultural food, but I haven't really gone for organ meat. Okay, it's funny you bring that up because there was this one part. It is funny, Aaron, because you could appreciate this. I'm reading this book again. This is one perspective because then you hear it from someone else. Eat organ meats, eat this. He was saying it was like a myth that liver and organ meats aren't that good for you. They're not good for your liver. I don't know. And like I said, he also said apple cider vinegar wasn't that good and it's bad for your teeth and stuff. But he said it was the best. It was the best if you had it once in a while. So I guess like anything, I mean, if you're drinking a thing of it, thinking, drinking a bottle of apple cider vinegar, which who would? I know Dan likes it, but ugh. I mean, I would have it once in a while because I'm like, I know it's good for you. My grandma used to drink that, I think, and she lived like she didn't live that. She wasn't really that old when she died, but she was healthy until she got sick at the end. So she was actually really healthy, and she, that's grandma. She would drink the like apple cider vinegar, or she ate a lot of onions and garlic and stuff like that. Garlic is a very good superfood, Onion is. That's the problem though. Then you'll smell like garlic and onions all the time. What was the one thing in our Inner Harmony Wellness? Dan, what was it? Alicidin. That was the pill we would take, and it was always recommended through more of a natural. Obviously, it's all natural form. Take some garlic. Take this. So people don't want to go and eat a bunch of garlic. I love it. I'll eat it, but it does make you smell like garlic. Keep off the vampires. You're a cretin. What is that? I'm not sure. You are what you eat, right? Yeah, you are what you eat. That's what they say. Yeah. So then that one always stuck with me. If you want to feel more alive, eat foods that are alive. If you want to feel like, dead, again, then eat loads of processed food, like lots of Oreos, that's just an example, like lots of processed food. That made sense to me. Like, I do feel better. Again, is it placebo? Is it just because it is it in your head? Because mental, physical, I mean, they're all connected. And who doesn't feel better when you went to the gym? Okay, like not even the gym. When you ate a nice healthy salad, or you drank your juice, or you had a smoothie instead of a big thing of bacon, French fries, cheese. Like, I know I feel better. Even if, perhaps none of this is even true. But they say bless your food no matter what it is. Give it good intentions and it'll nourish you. Now, I've heard that totally from someone very spiritual who says, they eat Girl Scout cookies times, they eat this, they eat fast food once in a while, and they bless their food, and they don't really think about it that much. They don't eat meat though. But so I don't know. There's no we're just having fun talking about it all because you can spend all your time being a crazy health nut at everything, like child-proofing your house, but not for like health-proofing your house, like water shower things, this. And it's always coming at you no matter what. You would get crazy with that stuff. Now, if it makes you feel better, like, yeah, fragrances, like it's in everything. Any cleaning products. Amy knows a lot about this. She uses her natural products. We've talked about that. Chemicals are in soap. You're inhaling, or when you're cleaning the kitchen, Clorox. This when you're doing laundry. He said dryer sheets were a big thing. I mean, so that's the thing. Be mindful of it, and then if you can, better choices. If you see one that's like all natural, they have to be careful of that too. That is, he said in the book, and I've heard this a lot. Natural flavors. That's another line that is just like, okay, they don't really have to tell you what it is. It's not always good just because it says natural flavors. There'll be sometimes I'll get the sparkling water and it contains natural flavors. What is it? You know. Ooh, Hobson says I was enjoying a peach. That sounds good. I haven't had a peach in a while. Peach, a peach cobbler. But even just a peach. But I think a peach cobbler. Peaches are good. Sport fit. Okay, so James, sport fitness administration management. Look at it, 2 masters, psychology and MED, concentration and coaching education. Oh, cool. So did you have to take a lot of like physiology and like anatomy classes and stuff? I wish I had taken that stuff. You know, it wasn't really until later I got more interested in this stuff. So, but looking back at it now, it would be very helpful to know. Even just like, again, for my own, I'm putting my arm up because that's where, maybe James knows. Tim's, I don't know if you saw my Wednesday episode, but I pulled, it doesn't hurt now, but I was doing hot yoga and I know I pulled something in my arm. And it's still there, even though, again, it doesn't hurt. It's not painful, but it's only like when I go back. And again, how often you do this? So you don't do it that much, but I can't do it because I have my little green screen back there. But when I go right back, like only when it gets to a certain level, right when it gets like right up, right in the back, it's like is it a nerve? Is that a nerve back there? It's like a pinched nerve or something. It's like hard to turn it all the way. Like I could turn it, but then right at that one spot, it just feels like it's like a really pinched thing. Is that a nerve or is that a tendon, a muscle? I don't think it's a muscle. I think it's like I don't know. And then you think, how do you fix that? There's chiropractors, right? There's chiropractors. I've done those too. I've talked about this on that show. Talked about that on this show. Oh, I did a backwards thing there. I talked about that on the show. Anybody have a lot of experience with chiropractors? I know, like we were reading about Waverly Wellness, she has chiropractors. I've been to one. It did help, but it freaked me out, like I said. But it's not your bones cracking. And I was like, oh, what is it? It's like the pressure being released from the air being released between the joints or something. So it did help. But that's again, yeah. I don't know. I'm quiet because I'm just like, whoa. Then I want to go to one. I want to go to one again. I don't want to do that thing with the head. Because when they did something on your back, I'm like, oh, yeah. Because like I said, in England, I got such bad back pain. And I think it maybe was because I was flying a lot and like into things and then in a bus. One time I was in a bus and I was like that the whole time. And like, so there was a good year. It was like not I could walk and everything, but I would wake up, man, and I had lower back pain. They also say, again, there's the spiritual that a lot of stress is carried in your lower back. I don't know. Dr. Kate, Aaron likes peanut butter and banana. Hops like the root beer floats. Dan likes root beer floats. I would have one, but I never really went for that. Or a banana split, I never really wanted either. I mean, again, if there's nothing else, I'm like, yeah, okay, but it's not really my first choice. See, when you're gonna go with all ice cream and be unhealthy, I'm going for ice cream, not fruit. You know, like if we're gonna go all or like certain things, I'm just like, no, I'm having ice cream. I'm being bad. It's sugar. It's bad. It's probably really not good. So I'm not gonna have fruit. Banana is like more like, but maybe it's good. I don't really never even had a banana split with the slug burger. What's a slug burger? That sounds so good. Yes, you can choose to be what you ingest. Joe piped in and Joe said he always has the natural peanut butter on Italian bread. Nice and thick kind of bread there. It's peanut butter. That's why you detox 4 times a year. Yeah. See, I did that master cleanse. I did that a couple months ago and I did lose weight. It's not easy. But even again, in that book, they were saying maple syrup is good. Lemons are good. Cayenne pepper's good. Again, this is good, bad. All things are, good for what? Again, if that's the hardest part, because you'll hear like, he's saying eggs are bad for your liver, but someone's like saying eggs are really good for this. So it's like, well, which one's more important? What do you have to, they're all important. But reading about the liver, it sounds like you really want to take care of your liver. But who thinks I gotta better take care of my liver today? But underneath it all, that is providing your heart, obviously, they're all important. Your lungs, your brain, your intestines, your stomach. But it says that the liver is very smart. And they said the stomach is not as smart. No, you detox every Sunday. Doing like fasting. Deanne does a lot of fasting. We're going to do another fast and a cleanse. Well, because, I would ask Donna about that. Donna's, the last time was a long time ago, but I know her husband was doing, and she's done it too, the master cleanse. Like he did it for like 30, 40 days and doing, like I'll let her talk about it. But that's the one with the cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and a grade B maple syrup. There's a lot to it. I've talked about it before. Stanley Burroughs, if you want to look it up, the master cleanse. I've done it. Anything, like everything is controversial. Then there's, should you fast? This is no, you shouldn't fast. Yeah. I don't know. You got to do what you feel. But as far as fasting is, if everything is cells, if all, I can't say all, but if most disease comes from something with your cells, disease means dis-ease in the body. And it's all about cellular health. Because even like you said, like cancer and stuff forms from tumors, but it's your cells being abnormal and going like forming or getting, and that causes these issues. Oh, I'm hearing like, all of a sudden I heard hold on, I'm going to do a little break because I hear my computer going off and I hear my voice talking and it's making me weird. So let me play a little break and then we'll talk about more cells. And then should we talk? Because we're in the middle of something interesting about cellular health. Because it's important because I want everybody here to be healthy, like as healthy as possible. We help each other. So I'll be right back. I'm going to put on, because it's already 8:07. We haven't even touched the surface of TGI Fridays, but this is TGI Fridays. But, I find this interesting sometimes more than like, Steve Urkel or anything. I get really into this stuff. But if Steve Urkel comes up and you want to talk about it, just let me know. So we will be right back after this quick commercial break. Oh, and then we got to play the Love Zombies theme song. I made a new video too. Okay, right back after this quick commercial break. Hey guys, have you noticed it too? The world is changing fast. Technology, AI, social media, endless scrolling. Sometimes it feels like we're all trying to keep up while wondering what we've lost along the way. The world is changing. This isn't about resisting the change, and it's not about living in the past. It's about bringing the best of what makes us human with us into the future. Authentic human connection, meaningful conversations, creativity, community, kindness, being human. I'm Hollis, and I don't claim to have all the answers, but like you, I'm simply navigating this changing world one day at a time. And that's why I created this community. It's a place for real conversations, shared experiences, curiosity, creativity, and connection. It's a place where like-minded people can come together and remember what matters most. In a world filled with self-promotion, this community isn't just about me. It's about us. So as my contribution, I'll share things that I do create. Music, podcasts, stories, creative projects, special events I'm thinking about having, and a complimentary digital copy of Love Zombies Land. A story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. But the real value here isn't just the content. It's the community we're building together. And if that sounds like something you've been looking for, I'd love to have you join us. The world is changing, guys, but let's bring the best of what makes us human with us. If you're interested or thinking about joining, head over to buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady and check it out. You're watching Holistics, hosted by Hollis Mahady. Be sure to visit hollismahady.com and join our email list to stay updated on upcoming shows, special events, new music, books, podcasts, and creative projects. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded people who value authentic human connection,
meaningful conversations, creativity, music, art, and personal growth, join us at buymeacoffee.com/HollisMahady. Together, we're building a growing community focused on preserving what matters most. Real people, real conversations, and genuine connection. The world has forgotten something important, and it's up to Lolly and the Love Zombies army to help us remember. When the evil Drago unleashes dark energies and dangerous amnesia fumes across Earth, a colorful band of heroes embark on a cosmic adventure filled with friendship, imagination, and heart. Love Zombies Land, a story for kids, but a reminder for adults too. Available now as a digital download exclusively at HollisMahady.com. Each copy includes access to bonus content and a special soundtrack through an exclusive QR code inside the book. Join the community at buymeacoffee.com/HollisMahady and receive a free digital copy as a thank you. And coming soon, the paperback edition, which will be available on Amazon. Join Lolly and the Love Zombies Army on their mission to help the world remember what matters most: love. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Holistics. Like I said, I think I had a ghost in the room, a spirit. All of a sudden, my computer over there awakened, and I started hearing myself, and it was distracting me. So I had to go to my quick break. But top of the hour, it's past top of the hour already. I guess you could tell I'm a little passionate about holistic health. It is holistics, after all, and I want to get back to that subject. If you guys are into it, like cells and stuff like that. But I do want to say real quick, I can finally say it today, and I could play the commercial because after many trials and tribulations, I got it today, and now the book is officially on Amazon. So I could play my little commercial that says now on Amazon because I don't know if Chris is still out there. Chris was the first one who got it. So you got the one page that it was a little off-centered, but it was because of you sending it to me that I was like, oh no, I got to change that. I want to change it. I would have noticed. But it was the first page, it was off, and I know myself, it would have bugged me forever. It would driven me crazy if I didn't fix that page. Because like maybe people would have noticed and I could have been like, oh, but I just had to fix it. It was off-centered. So I fixed it. It came back good. And now I could confidently say it is now available on Amazon. And the link is in the description. Aaron, I am going to be sending you yours because I'm going to send one to my mom as well. So I'll be doing that very soon, maybe this weekend, but if not this weekend, Monday. And also another exciting thing, and these are just exciting to me. They came from Staples. I got like these, and I'm so glad I got the bigger ones. It's so cute. These are promo things, and I ordered a big thing of them, like 750 of these glossy ones. So I'm gonna put these out, and if I meet anyone who, well, maybe kids and stuff, and say, hey, here's a book, and check out Lolly the Love Zombie, and the Love Zombies are here to spread love to the earth and bring connection. But really, more than that, it's a whole. As I said, it's not just for kids; it's for grown-ups too. And I'm just so happy that Lolly the Love Zombie is out in the world now. And today I finished up another video for the Love Zombies bonus page. And if you do order the book or the digital download is available on my website exclusively. But on all digital downloads and the books, you get a bonus page there with the QR code. And the QR code, when you go to that, you have to scan it. You can only get it if you buy the book or if you get the digital copy on my website. It doesn't end when the book is over. It does not. You scan this and it goes to a whole Love Zombies land. Just a bonus page with bonus soundtracks and videos. And I played a couple of them. And today I was doing the Love Zombies theme song. Oh, like it's so cute. I love it. Again, it's just seeing them come to life after so many years. It's just like, oh, I love it. It just makes me so happy. And Lolly the Love Zombie, she's quite a character. And you're going to meet all the characters. And the music is just so cute. So that's all on the bonus page. So there you go. Love Zombies Land by me, Hollis Mahady, is out on Amazon right now. And the link is in the description of the Rumble video. If you're interested, I say go ahead. Take a chance. It's not just your ordinary kids book. There's a meaning behind it. And there's going to be a sequel. So there you go. I had to say that because that was big news. I've been waiting for a while, and now I just feel like, oh, good. Now I could actually
move to the next start and to tell people about it and like let people know if they want to check it out. I'm just going up a little bit in the chat room to see if I missed anything. Oh, that Scrapple. It's a weird, I feel like it's a Wilkes-Barre thing. I've heard of that before. I mean, my mom, yeah, maybe it is. But I think I've seen it on menus here in Scranton. Let me know. Anyone else have heard of Scrapple? Aaron says, I think I would like Scrapple. It's like a meatloaf. I knew it was some kind of meat mixture or something. Shannon says, you feel better when you eat better. Yeah. The blood sausage was too much. Oh, no. Just the name of it. No thanks. That was an Ireland thing, like blood. And then the haggis. The haggis was like sheep's intestines and a thing. Again, if someone just gave it to you, didn't know what it was, and you ate it, maybe it would be good. 1. Scrapple.
Is grotesque.
Okay, so I have a comment here. I would say from the peanut gallery, but I was asking it's not the peanut gallery because that means when you don't want their input, but I do want your input. We have someone here says Scrapple is disgusting.
I've seen people in restaurants eat it with mustard,
Mustard?
syrup, ketchup, relish, sometimes all of the above, mayonnaise, and butter. It is literally the ends and the leftovers all smashed together and put into a loaf.
Okay, thank you. I will repeat that on the air.
Yes.
So Dan worked in a diner and he was a cook for a long time in a diner and he ran the diner and everything. But he just was so compelled. Shannon, do you like Scrapple? He does not. He wanted to make it clear and his voice heard across the Ethernet, not the Ethernet, across the internet. He does not like Scrapple. He's not a fan. He said that people put mustard, ketchup, relish, all different things on it. And he personally thinks it's disgusting. But I don't know. So, I mean, I've never tried it. After that glowing review, I think I'll pass. But Scrapple. And what we say, haggis. That was the thing. But what I was saying, like, if you didn't know what it was, like tongue, how about that one? Oh, just the thought of that. Like, I worked in a Jewish deli on Sunset Strip for a while. It was called Greenblatt's. And they had really good food. But there was one thing was like, people would be like, I want a tongue sandwich or a hot tongue sandwich or a cold tongue sandwich. And it would be in the glass case like a big tongue. And I'm like, just knowing what it is. Now, if someone had just given it to you and you ate it not knowing it was tongue, you might like it. But just sometimes when you know what it is, that's why sometimes it's better not to know. Because I mean, you don't, that's why a lot of people are vegetarians. They don't want meat. I see both points. Hop says crows are good eating. So are gulls. Ever tried deep fried vulture? Are you being serious? No, I haven't. I've tried a lot of things in my life, but my my mom's husband Smokey, he always tells a story when he was in Germany. He had like monkey brains or something. It was a French delicacy, and he was like, "Oh, it was the most disgusting thing ever," but they loved it. And he remember something else about he was forced to eat like 100-year-old egg or something. Does that sound familiar? Yes, Aaron says all natural remedies can be very powerful. Well, Amy, your wife she's awesome. She knows a lot. So she's always making very interesting concoctions and foods and stuff. They are quite greasy. The deep fried vulture. Has anyone had a deep fried vulture? Aaron says, no, have you? They must be all dark meat. Are you guys serious? Is it like, do people eat seagulls? I mean, people eat duck. I just remember, I think I had duck once. I remember it was in Canada, in Montreal. It was a French thing, right? Because Aaron was saying, what's the thing that you guys have? The liver, the coton or something. It's a French thing, but that's liver. You strain it. Oh, okay. Oh, now we're talking. I know we're kind of all over the place, but it's okay. You strain it. It's a shoulder and arm. Deltoid rear. Is that what you think it is? That's what it is. Deltoid rear. It's weird. It's like, again, I can't really do it, but it's like when it gets that, not even there, it doesn't hurt, but right when it gets to that certain point, right there, I'm like, oh my gosh. And again, you wouldn't really notice it because it's not impeding my daily life. Thank God, it's not get serious. But when I go to do the yoga again, I'm like, I can't really do that pose because I'm like, oh my gosh, I was stretching it last week, but it's been there. It's still there. It's been there for good over 2 weeks now. You have to stretch a little bit. Use icy hot. Okay, so Jim knows a lot. He's had anatomy and exercise physiology. All A's and B's. Good for you. Nutrition, injury prevention. Jim, Timmy, are so knowledgeable. I would love to learn more. Yeah. Like I said, I wish I had I invested a little bit of time and learned more. Probably. I know more about what I was talking about, but we're life learners, you know? So it's easier to want to learn something you're passionate about. Like I said, I didn't even notice the time goes so fast. I started talking about, wow, we were talking about the cells of your body and everything. But the cellular health is important. And then, you know, because the cells are everything. Because I remember with Inner Harmony Wellness, it was the anti-aging stuff. 'Cause you don't want to put creams on your face and all that. But I've read too, the creams, maybe it helps, but it's really what's going on in your cellular level. Even with, I was talking about eczema on Wednesday. And I used the example. I used to get eczema when I was younger on my wrists. Maybe it wasn't eczema. I think it was. That's what I thought it was. Then I would get really bad sometimes when I was working in the bar and I would dip my hand in that soap stuff. So maybe it was just an allergic reaction. Maybe I was just allergic to the soap because that's when it was really bad. But there were times that I had it before I worked in a bar, just on my wrist. And my sister would get it too. So like, is it a family thing? What is it? But then reading the book last night, it was saying that that's something. There could be a pathogen in your liver that what is happening in your liver shows up on your skin. So they said copper was one and mercury in your liver, a pathogen or something, and that could cause eczema on your skin. Remember, I was saying, I don't know if you guys saw it. It's a symptom. Like once the rash is showing, that's like the symptom because what's causing it? It's something somewhere in your body. Maybe it's not just the liver and that. Like different ailments stem from different internal issues. Then there's the lymphatic system and stuff. Again, this is great. We're having Donna on. We're gonna be like keeping her for hours. Like, Donna, don't leave. Well, we have these questions. But I mean, like I said, she's studied it for a long time. But that's what I say. It's interesting. If that's really because of your liver, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, liver. We got to take better care of our livers and just know what's going on. I said it, but it's always a hard thing because you read one and then you find another book. It's completely different, advice. Dan, it's hard for him because he had like I talk about, a Crohn's disease. Crohn's is a stomach thing, inflammation, and like intestines, issues with that. They told him, don't eat gluten, do not eat gluten. And then he stopped eating it and he got even sicker. Like, I don't know. And then there's different Crohn's, and then there's gout, and then there's that. There's just so many things. And it's a lot. Well, Jim says, ask anything you want. Okay, good. Well, thank you. Over 20 plus years. Yeah, it has been, right? Though obviously since college. As we liver detox, we should eat liver-friendly foods. What would you suggest? I don't know. I have to look that one up. But liver-friendly foods, in the book I was reading, I don't have it in front of me, but it was like a lot of fruit. That was one. A lot of spinach was a big one. You hear that, right? I'm thinking spinach with something else. What else? Spinach with iron. Um, okay, here's the thing. No alcohol. Yeah, alcohol is a big one for your liver. They always say, no, don't drink alcohol because your liver has to work overtime to process it or whatever. No fried foods. Yeah, probably not. And no sugar. That was the one where it was saying sugar's not the worst thing. But there's different kinds of sugars then, of course. There's a difference between sugar and candy and honey, or agave syrup, or maple syrup. Even that said maple syrup was good. He said fruits were good because the sugar in that is good. They were saying in that book that a lot of fat was not good. Well, fatty liver, I guess maybe caused by a lot of high fat foods. What's high fat foods? I mean, a lot of, well, fried foods, yeah, desserts and things like that. And that's would say bad sugar, you know. Jim, here we go. Jim says the liver naturally detoxifies the body, but specific whole food support its function by reducing inflammation and preventing fat buildup. Incorporate nutrient dense options like coffee and fatty fish. Well, yeah, inflammation. You always hear that. That's like the problem for bodies. You're eating all these foods are making you inflamed. And then I've read that, that's where it's an environment. If your whole body's inflamed by certain foods or whatever it is, I think probably dairy is inflammation. Amy knows a lot about this, Aaron. Then it's more of a breeding ground for cells to get messed up or bad cells to grow and stuff. So even from my time in Inner Harmony and Wellness, I remember that there's your body can be more acidic, or you don't want it to be too acidic because that's inflammation. I have to check on these facts, but we could check. We're talking together, so until I brush up, I'm not going to just say everything. But we're just kind of figuring it out. But I even still have it in my my cabinet. It's like an alkaline test. There's alkaline water. The book was saying that's a myth, that it's not alkaline. You want your body to be more alkaline than acidic, inflammation, this. Jim, what do you think about that? About inflammation and acidic? There you go. That's free radicals. Yeah, the problem with fried foods is free radicals. So free radicals, we should look that up. Exactly. That's stuff in the environment, I think. Antioxidants, that's stuff, vitamin, good for you. I always hear that. Get your antioxidants. You hear berries are really good. Certain berries. The amala berry, the gooseberry. Because, as I said, and I feel like I just keep repeating me. As I said it, I'm like explaining. But, my dad died from cancer. I mean, everybody knows someone who died from cancer. Then shortly after, my aunt did it. Then Steve, my old manager. Like, people were like, and so I was very into, still am, like, what causes cancer? Like, how can we prevent it? I mean, can we prevent, like, why, what is it? Like, what can we do in the meantime to try to do what we can to fight it, because there's just so much. And so I got this one book, it was called Chris Beat Cancer. I still have that one. And he healed himself, but it was like stage 4 colon cancer or something, but he did a radical change in his diet. He did fasting. And he had all these recipes, and I started making them, reading all about it. Like, I remember that was the gooseberry, amala, green gooseberry, raspberries. And most of the things that he ate, it was no meat. It was no dairy. It was all fresh fruits, vegetables, raw, a lot of raw, mixed with cleansing, fasting, juicing, lots of juicing. These are all things from Mother Earth. So, I mean, he healed himself. He's still alive. So, I don't know. That's a big one. But like I say, preventative health, if you can, in the meantime, the symptoms is when it's like, don't wait until it's too late. Like, when you start seeing symptoms, like, people don't focus on as much on preventative health. It's like, do what you can to keep yourself out of the hospital, because a symptom comes like it's showing what's already happened. Like, when you have a symptom, and as I said, a symptom, sometimes they'll just give you, here's a pill. It's like a Band-Aid. What's the root? What's really causing it? That's when I said he'd be a health investigator, like Dr. Lynn Lafferty. She's another good one. That Dan, like I said, he talked to, and he got some stuff for his Crohn's disease from her and stuff. And Dan doesn't do pharmaceuticals anymore. He still has issues sometimes, but he's better. Leafy greens to naturally appetize your liver health. Yeah, that was all of them said leafy greens. Coffee. Yeah, actually, before I even read your comment, he was saying that coffee was actually okay. It's the creamers and all the sugar and stuff you put in it. But coffee, regular consumption is linked to a lower risk of liver disease by preventing fat buildup and lower inflammation. That's weird. Because a lot of people are, don't drink caffeine, don't drink coffee. But that said that in the book. So maybe he does know what he's talking about. This guy in the book. I mean, he has a lot of knowledge, yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. As natural as possible, like a Japanese diet. That was one Nicole, I always say it wrong probably. Sea salt, not that. Coulson, what's it called? Jim's no kelp and like dulce or something. Dulse. Yeah, the nori and like the seaweed, that stuff. You're not that freak. Okay, there's cruciferous. Could never say this word either. Cruciferous. Cruciferous. There it is. It's like the other one I can't say, right? Philosophical. Cruciferous. Cruciferous vegetables. I love, well, the good thing is I love broccoli. I love Brussels sprouts and kale contain compounds that kickstart the liver's natural detoxifying enzymes. Okay, here's the kale debate, right? I heard kale, right? Everybody go and get kale. And then I heard that it's not that good for you. And that it's not even true. I don't know. Lectins. That's another one. What was his Gundry? Dr. Gundry. Same thing. I remember I was in Maine. I ordered the book. Lectins are bad. They're in apples. Lectins could be causing all your problems. Then this guy says that it was a trend, and that's not really true because there's a lot of vegetables that could heal your liver that have lectins. Tomatoes were a big one. Applesauce. Applesauce is good. Apple cider vinegar, not too much of it, but it's not the worst thing. But other people have their whole books about apple cider vinegar with the mother. Berries. Cranberries. Yes, I heard cranberries are really good. And raspberries. Blueberries and cranberries contain antioxidants that protect liver cells from damage and improve enzyme levels. Yeah. So, I mean, again, it could be very confusing, but across the board, the common theme for the years that I've been doing it, I've always heard berries are really good. Leafy greens, spinach, and there's different kinds of herbs, but like nuts sometimes you hear, but not more of like a fatty thing, avocado. But no, always the top things, tomatoes. But again, that guy says lectins, but I don't know. Asparagus, squash. She was saying squash, I think was good. I could just go get the book, but I will be doing my research and I will be trying some of these recipes as well. So I'm very excited. Then I have loads of books. If you look at my books, I have a whole collection of vegetarian, vegan recipes. And it was more for, sure, I'm from Scranton. We grew up eating hot wings and steak and cheese hoagies and fried food and pierogies and scrapple. No, I didn't have the scrapple. You grew up on this stuff. So, I mean, of course I love it. But the reason why not so much anymore, but like, I like that stuff sometimes. Of course, you grew up on it. But I knew I was into preventative stuff. I'm just like, oh gosh, if you're going to pay now or pay later, people are like, well, it's too much money or the food is this, or I never skimped when it came to like doing things that might help or like getting the little extra if it costs extra, because I feel like you'll pay now or later. Because later you're going to have a huge medical bill when you have to go and get all these treatment, like they're fixing all this stuff. Or you try to take care of your health as much as you can. Again, I'm not here to preach or make anyone feel bad, but it's just like, do what you can now. I never skimped when it came to the health because I was like, again, of course, I bitch about money sometimes. I'm like, oh, I wish, because if I had a lot extra, I'd be doing those infusions all the time. I'd be doing this. I'd be buying, when you get the resources, that's one thing I will not skimp on because your health is your wealth. Without it, you're screwed. You're not here. So, but it's hard when people don't have a lot of income and you're just getting whatever you can afford. I get that too. I've been there too, eating from the dollar store, all the things, macaroni and the stuff that you can afford. I get it. So ramen noodles, all these things that are full of preservatives, and not that nutritional. And a lot of people don't learn about it. They just don't know. I remember when I lived in California for so many years, I just learned all this stuff. I was so good. I went back to Scranton. There was nothing. Some people still didn't even know what a vegan was or vegetarian, or there's nothing on the menu that was vegetarian. And I was coming from like, oh, well, there's nothing in, never like that, but just, you want to share what you know, but you also don't want to be like, oh, like, and I wasn't like that, but sometimes people get on their high horse, like, oh, you're not a vegetarian, you're a vegan, you eat that. Like, don't judge. Don't judge people. It's like, hey, whatever. My thing is, I want to feel good. And so, and I know, because I've gone up and down and up and down and up and down. When I get on the little path and I'm doing my smoothies and my acai bowls, love them. I feel good and and look I'm inspired. It's already like over an hour and a half. I'm talking about like this stuff, but I just love it. I love it. And that's why, because I feel like you're taking care of your body, but and then enjoy life too. If you're drinking and you're having a beer on a Friday night, don't who cares? Don't feel bad. Like, hey, we're alive too. So it goes like, I don't know. That we say you could sit there and you could have your house with every water filter thing, and you could have this and you could have this, and you could still, God forbid, get cancer. You could go outside and get hit by a bus, God forbid. Eat the pizza or the drip. But I mean, everything in moderation. Moderation. Everything in moderation. 80-20. 80-20. We got to get Dr. Peter on here. He had a book, not a book, a workbook called the 80-20. Like eat, do what you can 80% of the time, but do your 20%, because we're here as well to experience the treasures and the luxuries of life, or the pleasures, the human pleasures of life. And if that means a donut, a deep fried donut and coffee, then there you go. I like the coffee idea, but likely black, right? That yeah, but I've tried healthier coffees. Just when it comes to coffee, I'm just like, well, I put regular creamer in it with a little bit of sugar because I have done it without that. It's just not that. It's not as good, you know. I only drink it like I've gone without coffee, but I do usually drink 1 cup in the morning. I like it in the morning. It's not even like I'm addicted to it. I don't even think it wakes me up. It's just kind of like, oh yeah. So that's one thing. I've tried the Rise, RYZE. I've tried mushroom coffees. I mean, like, yeah, they're better for you probably, but I still like them. But I'm trying to maybe switch to tea because I bought this like lemon balm tea that they said is good for the liver. I haven't had it yet, so I'm gonna try to experiment, do some more tea and different kind of tea with like lemon and stuff. Everything's a habit, you just get in certain habits. Jim says nuts. Walnuts and almonds are packed with healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamin E, which are associated with a reduced risk of liver disease. Yeah, definitely. Vitamin E. Certain nuts. What's selenium? Is that found in nuts? That's something. I don't know why I just thought of that because I remember taking vitamins that were selenium. You are a totally different freak. Ooh. Awesome. This is a very helpful. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, good, Aaron. Yeah, I mean, I think this stuff is so interesting, and you're always just learning different things, and then seeing what works for you, because good, everyone's different, but it makes it confusing, and then people, doctors do have a hard job, because you get mad at them, like, why can't you heal me? Why can't you fix me? But even as much as doctors know, and there's some good doctors, and then there's some probably not as good and all that. But as much as doctors knows, I mean, the human body, it's a mystery, I feel. Like, you can learn things and you'll never learn everything, and everyone's so different. So, and then you think about like your eyes. Maybe we should do like one organ a week or something. Or like your eyes and like the complexity of your ears, like things that you just don't, your brain. Oh my gosh. What is the hippopotamus? Not hippopotamus. The hippo something. The core of things in your brain, your spine, your just everything. And then then you could get into the women having babies, and like it's just like crazy. I think just the body, the human body, and then your hair grows. Some people's hair doesn't grow anymore. That why, They say, well, with aging too, you basically with aging, why people start to get wrinkles and stuff is that your skin just not as elastic as it used to be. It doesn't produce as much collagen. So you'll hear women like, I'm going to get collagen filters or Botox, right? I think Botox is when you just like, they shoot collagen into your face or your wrinkles. Because as you get older, you're not producing as much. But that was saying like the red light therapy and some of this stuff and the ADP, you take care of that, it starts to produce more of it again. So that's why I'm saying like it's more of an internal job than an external job, because you could put like 8,000 creams on your face, but it's more of like your body not producing it. So how can you get your body to produce more of it? It's just, that's the thing. It's getting older sucks, right? It's just, it doesn't, even with girls, like ladies, like they want to have a baby when they're older, like, oh, you don't have any eggs left, because when you get older, they just don't, make as many, but that's what probably happens with your skin and stuff. Just doesn't produce as much as it did when you're younger. Probably the same thing with hair. You know, most people, but some men lose their hair really young. So I don't really know what causes that. Another topic for holistics we could look into on this TGIF Friday. People are tuning in. It's like not to Mama T. We're talking about like girls like having babies and stuff. Yeah, I should probably not have called this TGI Friday. We're featured on Rumble. People are tuning in. They're like, "Where's like Belky Bartakamus?" And we're talking about like the health of our liver. I think it's more important sometimes. Sorry, we'll just sneak some TGI Fridays in there. But I'm having a good time, so I could keep going. Don't worry, we could get into it. We could turn to the background and talk a little bit about throwback nostalgia. After, of course, we talk about the liver a little bit more. I enjoy whole milk or whole eggs healthy too. I heard the whites should be separated from the yolk. I like them together. Whole food, you said. Aaron, another thing, right? You hear do egg whites. They're very healthy. They're lower calorie. Don't just eat all these. Don't eat the yolk. And then I hear the yolk is really good for you and you should eat the yolk and you should eat the egg. So I eat the whole egg. And then you wonder, then you could get in the deeper conspiracy part of it. Whatever they tell you is not good for you is actually good for you. Invert everything. Are they trying to kill us? That's a totally different conversation. But I've heard nicotine was very bad for you for a long. Oh, nicotine, smoking causes cancer. And I was like, of course, like all that for all years. I'm not saying to go smoke, but then I heard that nicotine was actually good for you and it helped combat some certain viruses. I hear people who wear nicotine patches because not, with cigarettes and vaping and stuff, it's not the nicotine. Maybe it's just all the other stuff that you're inhaling. It's cigarettes too, because then I heard that nicotine actually was during COVID that I heard a lot of people saying when they would smoke nicotine, it was helping. I don't know. Both work. Aw. Oh, speaking of hearts, we got to play the Love Zombies theme pretty soon here. Say whatever you want. Yes, Scrapple is horrible. Okay, so Shannon agrees Scrapple's horrible. I ate that as a kid. I had no idea. I guess it takes a lot to make Scrapple palatable. I love the people. Oh, Moron has been removed. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Dan's our moderator. We had a troll. Well, that's what happens if you get featured on Rumble. More people are going to find it, and there's always a chance of trolls. But we just say, you know what? Goodbye. People. It's not that you have to, like, if you don't agree, you can definitely disagree and all that. But when people are just putting stuff like that, it's like on TikTok. You just got to throw them out. It's okay, Dan. I reported him to Dana. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Okay. Hollis, when you played the theme of Fraggle Rock, I think it was last week or the week before, you got me looking it up on YouTube and watching it again. Really? Aw. See, I don't remember the storyline of it. I always remember the little yellow guy and red. And then I remember the beginning of it and then those big people. But I don't remember like a storyline or anything. Was it good? How much did you watch of it? I had not watched Fraggle Rock since it was new back in the 80s when I was at high school. It was fun to see it again. Aw, yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like sometimes you just like Inspector Gadget we were talking about. I haven't watched that since I was like literally probably whatever age it was. Was it 12 or 10 or even younger than that? Tongue. Well, that brings up a question that the late great Fred Ellen once asked. When you're eating the tongue in a tongue sandwich, is the tongue tasting you or you tasting the tongue? Ew, tongue. That's weird. No, I've never had a deep fried vulture, but I'm starting to feel a little queasy. Yeah. Is that a real thing? Thanks, Hollis, and everyone. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks for your time and effort. Praying for you too, James. Thank you for all your knowledge as well. Aw. Of course. Yeah, like I said, listen, James, we're love zombies here. People are suck and cruel, but that's just human nature. You're on a higher level. You gotta. It's not easy, especially when you're younger, and those things stick with you. They're traumatic. But, and it sounds cliche, but anyone who does bullying or makes other people feel like crap, that is all to do with them. Nothing to do with you. Sounds cliche, but it's the truth. And it comes from insecurity, like humans being mean. It's like, yes, have a good weekend. Hello, Travis and Char. If James, have a good weekend. And if you want to come back, we might still be here. But thank you for being here always. Hello, Travis and Charlene. Hello. Thank you for being here. Dog walk this world in God's grace. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. All right. So what do you think? Should we play the Love Zombies theme song? Shannon, you're still there. White noise. You guys, this is so cute. And where it's a celebration. Then I'm going to change the background and we'll talk about TGI for a little bit. What do you think? Not for a little bit. We'll just talk as we're doing. I just feel like, it's TGI. I should put on my TGI Friday background. Okay, this is so cute. But today, for those new people out there, my name is Hollis Mahady. I'm an independent musician, but I am an author as well now. And I've had this book idea for over 10 years. I did not do it with ChatGPT. The Love Zombies is a story for kids, but it's really a reminder for grown up. It has a lot of deeper meaning as well. And it just got approved. Well, not approved, but it's officially out now. It's been a long process, but it is officially on Amazon, this book. And it's on my website, hollismahady.com. Let me just show you that. hollismahady.com right there. My website, if you want it, you could get a digital copy. But this is the first book I've ever written. And that's on Amazon. And I just got it today. And I've approved it. It's up there for sale if you're interested in getting a book. And right now, I'm going to play a video of the Love Zombies. Love Zombies was a band I used to be in the UK. We travel around the whole world. Everything's on my website, YouTube, everything. So it's not just something I, threw in ChatGPT and said, I want to write a kid's book. Like, this is from my heart and my mind and my soul. Yes, I will say the illustrations were made by AI, and that's a whole other debate. Not even a debate. I mean, I don't really even say it, but whatever. It helped me get this out to the world, and I'm just so happy about it. And the video is so freaking cute. So I'm going to play it. It's called the Love Zombies theme song. In our band, we had actually a Love Zombies theme song. It's not this version. Like I said, this is a completely separate project from the band. It has nothing to do with the band. It was just inspired by all those years in the band and the message I was trying to do then. Bring people together, play high vibe music, lighten up, have fun. Like, the world is serious and people are, as James was saying, people could be mean to each other. The world is divided by politics and religion and this and that. And at the end of the day, we are human. But the Love Zombies are here to remind us of that. And to rise above. That's why we get into stuff, but I don't talk about politics on the show. I don't really talk about religion. Like we dabble in, but I'm not going to fight about it with anyone, because I truly believe to rise above, and the only way you could ever solve or move through these problems is to raise your consciousness, to realize we are one, we are bigger than all this crap that's meant to divide us. So that's what the story is more in depth about, behind it. But here we go. All right, guys. This is a celebration of Love Zombies release today on Amazon Live. You could go get it right now on Amazon. This is the Love Zombies theme song. Here we go.
We got monsters at the party, big green grins and silly feet. Every face gets a hello, every heart gets a seat. We dance in a funny shuffle, hands out like a great big hug. If you feel a little lonely, come on in and feel the love. No one stands outside, no one stays behind. If you're spooky, if you're shy, you still monster heart is heavy, we'll make room for you. We love zombies, L-O-V-E. We love zombies, Z-O-M-B-I-E-S. We dance like zombies, side by side with you and you and you. We love zombies, no one is left out.
Aw. It just makes me smile. You know, this world could learn a lot from the Love Zombies. And it's funny, I was looking at my YouTube that was showing someone something, and a clip came up. Maybe I'll try to find it. And it was just I was saying this then. I was just like, I'm sick of it, of this world. There's so much hate, there's so much anger, there's so much BS and drama. Yes, it's a child's book and it has like colorful care, and they're so adorable, I think. But it is. It's just there's not enough. And it sounds so easy, and it's you live in la la land. The world is hard. It's like you don't have to be like that. Be a freaking love zombie. The whole idea was, and what came from the band Love Zombies. It was like we walk around this world sometimes, not everybody, and we're not aware. We're almost forced to be like this zombie, like, oh, life sucks, life is hard. And yes, it can be, of course, but you don't have to be. Choose love, choose kindness. That's what I have like here. All the people in this room are awesome. Be different. Like it said, be the change you want to see in the world. If there's not enough love, if there are not enough people smiling, smile. Be the one who, if you see someone over on this, like that little, that's why I like when I was looking at it and putting it together, I was like, oh, it's so cute, that blue little monster. You know how when you're at a party and like everyone's talking, or you're at a new job and you're the new person, it's like, go be the person that goes over and says, come join us. I know how it feels to be like, be nice, be a good person, like show your heart, be different. Is zombie fight. Oh, the whole world, we're like walking around like, oh, it's just ingrained to be, oh, this is the way it is. We're scrolling. We don't care. We're zombies. We're just like numb. What's the word? Apathetic. Oh, whatever. Who cares? Care. And care about people, it's such a world, so many choices and so many people, and we're just, at the next swipe of a button, I don't care about that person. Like quality over quantity. Like I'm not here, as I said, to care about the views and the millions of followers and the views. It's all BS. I'd rather just quality over quantity. Do what you can. You don't have to go and write a book. You don't have to go tour the world and do an album or do all this stuff. Like, yeah, I did some of that stuff. That was my life path. But you can just a little thing, like don't be an asshole, or don't be rude to people, or if you see someone who's embarrassed or something, like go and be nice to them. It's just that's what the love zombies are. Like adults really can learn, especially in this world. Adults can learn from the love zombies, and I'm like, because it's just it's not hard to be nice and to be kind, and it's just you get so like you get jaded when you're older, and again, politics and this and that, and everyone's fighting, and it's just like that's why the love zombies that's why I wanted to get the book out to the world. It's not because I'm like, oh my god, I'm a publisher out there, go buy my book. It's more like, no, I'm excited that Lolly's gonna come out to the world. I like to give this to some adults that I know and say, you should be like a love zombie, you should be more like this. The world would be a lot nicer if it wasn't just an imagination thing. Oh, maybe there could be peace in the world someday. It starts with little things, with one act of kindness, whatever. It's true. I truly believe that. And that's what the love zombies represent. And that's why I'm so happy and proud that it's finally out there. It was inspired by the band. It has nothing to do with the band. Unfortunately, when I lived in Hollywood, I went through all these lessons that Lolly is going through. Because I am a human. I don't live in Love Zombies land. Sometimes I wish I did. It's a very high vibe place. They know what matters. They care about. They thrive off of love and connection and creativity and being kind. I would love to live in Love Zombies land for a while, but we're out here on Earth, and we're trying to deal with that, right? As humans. So there you go. I get passionate about the Love Zombies. Aw. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon says, holy crap, that's genius. Thank you. Be kind. Yes, 100%. Shannon, I mean, you guys all know. And that's what I love about this room. Like, I know everybody in here, and you guys are all just kind, good people. And it's cool. There's some people coming in I don't know, but that's what it's about. And, even like every day you're growing and learning. Even when I first started, like the podcast 39 episodes ago, that was only 3 or 4 months ago. But even since then, you're always like learning what matters. And even for me, I was like struggling, like, oh, the social media and all. And it's just like, you know what? It's got to the point where this is all bullshit. The recreation movement is, like I said, holding on, preserving those things that matter. This stuff should not go out of style, and it shouldn't just be a fairy tale for kids. It should be it is a reminder for adults. Like, rise above. There's I don't want to give it away, but I have like, one page on here, and it says like they're getting prepared to go to Earth, and they have to go to this little, like, Marvin, the Cosmic Council, is preparing them, and he gives them a glossary of these grown-up terms that they have no idea, they've never experienced. But he's like, you're going to hear these words a lot when you get there. And Lolly glanced at a worksheet, and bold words were printed across the page. Here's some of the words: negative thoughts, grown-ups, stress, fighting, drama, smartphones, social media, celebrities, influencers, money, fame, greed, power, junk food, taxes, loneliness, disconnection, rat race, selfishness, diets. So we're talking about this stuff. Disease, preservatives. It's on their worksheet. They don't have any idea what this is, but these are things that you're probably going to hear when they get to Earth. Race, ethnicity, religion, politics. Now, again, it does not go into anything like that, but it's just saying these are words you're going to probably hear a lot. This says humans cause fighting. But remember, guys, you're got to rise above it. Keep that vibe. Like, gotta, so that's why I say, like, it's the ages that's 9 to 12. I mean, a 5-year-old could look at it and look at the pictures and stuff. But I mean, it's for a kid reading it, I think by the time you're 12, you've heard of, like, I don't know. I'm not I don't, I do know. I know deep down in my soul, my gut. But thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Shannon. Joe says, well, Hollis, the thing about Fraggle Rock was it was the situation, not necessarily comedy, but a situation usually centered around one character per episode. Aw. I gotta go back and watch one. I didn't really watch it then. I guess that was my sister always watched it, but I didn't. But yeah, all of them. There's always like good writing. Like one day it would be Wembley. Yeah, the yellow Fraggle that had a problem, or Red, or Mochi, or Gobo. The names of them are so cute. I was thinking of different names for my characters too. I like the name Kirby. I think that's kind of cute. Kirby could be a character. We have Roy G. Biv. You guys, I introduced you to him. And there's Dino and Lolly and Lintwig. And of course, Drago. He's our villain. We are your Love Zombies Army, Lolly. You have more to raise up. Yeah, exactly. It's funny, Aaron, because like I said, in the UK with the band, we actually have, and I have the t-shirt I found. We had t-shirts called the Love Zombies Army, and people would wear them. And that's what I said. Like, when I say that I was crushed when like nothing worked out with the band, it was more like not nothing. Things worked out for a while, and then like life, that things fall apart. That's just life. They move on and whatever. There were some other things, but it was more like the idea where there was more behind it. It was always just like, because I knew this stuff back then. I was always talking about like consciousness and high vibes and laughing and lighten up and awaken, and they were all themed. They're all in our songs. Backwards World is a song we had about everything, like take your time, like, in a world that's going backwards, you're doing fine, because everything's just inverted here on Earth. So it's like, it was kind of like that. Lolly comes here and she's kind of like, huh? Like, what is this? Because I think if humans looked at themselves as humans, it's hard. It's weird because not everybody obviously thinks like this or feels like this. I've always felt a little bit like, wait, what? Like, what's the point of this? Why are we doing, like, what's the purpose of life? Like, isn't it like, where's like the love? Like, it was just kind of like, that's why I was always kind of a weirdo. I just never didn't go like maybe the path that more the majority went. I was always kind of like, yeah, well, we have to do that. Why? I was kind of like, I was always one of those. And at first it came out as like rebel, like punk, and like punk, like I was always kind of like angry. Not even angry, like mean, but just like, I didn't even know what it was about. I was just like, I don't know, I'm going to go do something. Like, no, wait, there's more than this. There has to be. So I never really followed that like path. I was always just kind of like looking for other stuff. So yeah. And that's why like it's exciting to have her come to the world and like I said, this is not like about Hollis me. Like, oh, I wrote. I'm just like so excited to think like that's a positive thing for kids and for adults. You know, it's like they really are going to rise above. And even when they land on Earth, that's their whole thing for the next book. It's like they're going to see, you know, they're going to have to interact with the humans and they're going to start feeling these things and they have to remember who they are. And just like on Earth here, we have to remember who we are. We have to remember what's really the purpose of life. Is it just to accumulate stuff or is it to make those relationships and to have love, to create these things? We're getting a little philosophical here. It was a very unusual show, but entertaining. Yeah. Now you got me thinking about it. I want to watch an episode. I'm going to do that. So wait, let me see. I'm going to see if I could find that little clip I was talking about. And in the meantime, just because I see, as we catch up on more comments or questions, I might as well play a little more Love Lolly because she's so cute. And I want to find that clip in the meantime. And I can put it right now. I'm going to officially put my little commercial that is out on Amazon. Then we'll do Everything Is Me. And then I will be right back. And you've been watching Holistics. And I am your host, Hollis Mahady. Here we go.
Love Zombies Land, out now. Get your digital copy exclusively at hollismahady.com or order the paperback today on Amazon.
Here's Lolly.
Lolly in Love Zombies Land, pinks bloom under every hand. She wakes up with a mirror grin, gives her own sweetheart a spin. She says, I am you, you are me, love is mine and it runs free. She sways where the roses grow, breath in, breath out nice and slow. Fluffy love taps at her door, tail like a feather on the floor. Brings his guitar by, strings like sunbeams in the sky. He strums while she sings along, turning quiet into song. Fluffy love curls by her feet, pink hearts dancing down the street. She meditates and hums all day, love zombie magic, yeah, yeah, yeah. She sways where the roses grow, breath in, breath out nice and slow. Dino plays a gentle line, and the whole land starts to shine. Self-love starts in me today. Fluffy love, Dino too. All the love comes right on through. She closes her eyes and sings it back. Whole wide world turns pink just like that. I am you, you are me. I am everything you see. Everything is me, everything is me. Lovely, shine so bright, lovely. Think all night, I am you, you are me. I am everything you see.
Love Zombies Land, out now. Get your digital copy exclusively at hollismahady.com or order the paperback today on Amazon.
I had to play the ad again. Why not? Why not? To those, we are featured on Rumble after all. Maybe we'll recruit some members of the Love Zombies Army. And there are 15 eyeballs up there. I am Hollis Mahady. In case you didn't know, you are watching Holistics. And if you're there, you could like the show or subscribe. If you're on YouTube or wherever you might be watching this, we are broadcasting on Facebook, on Rumble, on YouTube, on all the places, all the social media. If you use social media as a tool, maybe, like I said, you get the word out there, spread the word out there. But I did find here, like, I found this interview and I laughed because this was a long time ago and I was saying it back then. But let me see if I could share this real quick. Share the screen. Hollis, share the screen. Okay, here it is. There it is. Share. It was this. This was it. I don't know about the whole clip, but I know the one part. Let's see. I haven't watched this in a really long time. Hold on. I have to share it here. Maybe it's clean up a bit here.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius.
Hollis is young and she knows what's wrong with this planet. She's an inspiration.
Like, I'm like really angry these days. I'm really angry, but I'm angry because I'm sick of there not being love. No, I'm not happy. You, the world. There needs to be more love. Hug each other. If you see someone hurting, go and help them. Everyone's in their little bubble, like, oh, it's just my world, my world. No, we need to me to we, and I will be really angry about that until it's just. Yes, we don't have a million followers on Instagram at the moment, but we have 3,000 that are real. This is what I'm gonna wear. You see, it's one of our songs called Awaken. Now remember, the thing is being an artist is no one to stop. Sometimes I just like to keep going. That's why you'll never be alone. That's why you'll never be alone. These are handmade cards I made, and these are like the song titles and stuff.
I think what they're doing is amazing, and they're just the nicest people I ever met, probably.
Dirty rotter.
Love Zombies, great band, lovely guys, making a difference. It's, you know, actually making the world a better place by enriching it with cool music.
And I'm a Love Zombies fan.
Crazy for the Love Zombies. We love these guys, love them to bits.
We just basically fell in love with them and followed them around, and they blew me away.
I was hooked. I'll be paying for it forever, but I'm hooked.
Great people, great music.
To have this experience, I don't think anyone could provide it, and for Love Zombies to do that for us, absolutely fantastic.
In fact, it's all fan funded. You've got to support the people you love, and you get something in return for it.
Yeah, you guys rock.
Whether they're from this place or that place, but they're having some fun.
Doing all right. We're in Sunny Download. Is that right, guys? That's our voice.
The Zombies are on stage now.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll try to care for you. Living a life of disappointment is not for me and you. And they'll try to tell us what to do, but we'll dance, dance, dance how we want to live our lives, how we want to. We'll always believe in you. Like hungry bears, for passion fruits, we'll live our lives like we intended to. If you never take a chance, if you never try your luck, then you'll stay where you are. Don't let it get you down, have a look around, hop in a fast car, and they'll even tell you where to go. But we'll dance, dance, dance how we want to live our lives, how we're meant to. We'll always believe in you, and we'll laugh as loud as we want to cheer, as big as the mountain I will climb beside you. Like hungry bears, for passion fruits, we'll live our lives like we intended to. We're gonna get really busy now. We're gonna jump up and down now.
that's how we raised the money. It was another pledge campaign.
Yeah, one big happy family.
Dance how we want to live. Our lives how we're meant to run. We'll always believe in you. And we'll laugh as loud as we want to dream. As big as a mountain high. We'll climb beside you. Like hungry fish. We'll live our lives like we intended to. We're gonna get really busy now. We're gonna jump up and down now.
Whoa. Gosh, I haven't watched that in so long. I made that whole thing. Yeah, but so when I talk about it a lot, it's just kind of like, it was a big time of my life. It was a big, so much had so many years and so much went into it. And even when they were saying, with the Abbey Road, I made that happen. Davey did help me a lot with that. Me and him made that happen. I'm still paying for it probably. That's why I still have credit card debt. Like, that there was so much, and it was really like it was my dream, like to bring people together. It was to do something like that. And that's why I said it was hard not being in a band for so long, and that's why it means a lot to me that lives on and we can still create it in a different way. And hey, you never know. I have my own music album now. I go back to the UK, but that's like there was a lot there. So hold on, let me put my background back there. Someday survival may depend on this. Let our food be our medicine our food. Yes. I always say that too. Your food is your medicine. Like other people like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like vegetables. I don't like this. I'm like, well, you're not eating it just for eat it for health. Like that is, who says that? That's, that sometimes on juice bottles, I read that. What was his name? The one who's like I want to say like Hippocrates. Is it Hippocrates? That's the law of the oath the doctors take, the Hippocratic oath, or what, like don't harm others, or what was his name? But let our food be our medicine, or our medicine be thy food. Because it is sometimes you hear, but it's like, as I was saying earlier, you pay now or later. You pay now or later. If you don't take care of yourself as much as you can, again, you're not God. Some people say, we have our time is up, but it was predestined. It's this, you don't know. But if you could, for people who like destroy their bodies, or they're doing like, they don't take care of them at all, what do you expect? You're probably going to get sick eventually. After a while, you beat your body up for years and years. Same thing though. If you are mindful of it and try to take care, and you're all human. You still want to have your things sometimes, or you have your bad habit here. But like over the majority, if you can help what you can, if you could help, then do it. And you'll know that at least you tried, because there's things that you just don't know. We just hypocrite. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Aaron. I feel dumb. Like, what was it? Hippocrates. And I'm thinking Hippocrates. I'm probably not even pronouncing it right. But yes. So let me see. I'm going to put my background on here for a minute. Oh, because I forgot to do it. Here we go. We're going to switch it up then. We're going to switch things up again. Oh, now it's TGIF. It's Friday night and the moon is right. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGIF. I'll play that again, just that little clip, right? Does that bring back memories for everyone? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the silence. It's radio silence. Now it's actually podcast silence. Where is it? This is the thing. I have my little library of all my clips. Board up, Hollis. Where's the TGIF thing? I mean, it's only 11 seconds, but there it is.
It's Friday night and the mood is right. We're gonna have some fun.
So I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I'm excited for Joe. He has 11 days off, which he fully deserves. I'm happy for you. What about everyone else? Anyone have a, Shannon, you're in New York. What's going on for anything? Any plans for 4th of July or anything like that? Or what about you, Aaron and stuff? Are you going to see your parents? And Joe, what are you doing up there, Joe? Are you just staying? Did you tell me? I forget. Maybe you told me what you're doing. You're just staying at your house and relaxing. That's very well deserved. Or maybe you're cooking out yourself. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Are you setting off your own fireworks? I've already explained that I don't do that, but I will happily watch and look forward to. Strongsville's so nice. Right up on the corner there. There's where we went last Friday, or was it 2 Fridays ago? It was last Friday for the barbecue. The little, say a block party. It wasn't really a block party. It was just like in one area. But they have such a nice gazebo there. It's beautiful. And it's like decked out all red, white, and blue lights. They're a very patriotic community around here. So I think they'll be doing something really cool for this birthday, the 4th of July. How about that? We should definitely, maybe I'll do something for the 4th of July. The Star Spangled Banner. Oh my gosh. That's like, if you guys know the story of the Star Spangled Banner, I should have Dan come on as a guest. He's a veteran and he knows, I mean, maybe people know the story of the Star Spangled Banner, but I have a video I had watched and it's so moving. It's so good, so sad, but like also just so powerful, and I don't talk about politics on the show. There's no divide, but I'm proud of this country and like just the veterans who gave their lives for this country. It means so much in the flag and how they, held the flag up with their bodies and like they were just so the flag wouldn't touch the ground. I mean, it's very, what's the word? There's a word I'm looking for. What is it, Dan? The word, not sad. I was totally slipping my mind. The word where it's like emotional, but it's like, I can't think of it. It'll come to me. The word I'm thinking of. Yes. Aaron says, I love that TGIF song, When Times Were Simpler. Yeah, I know. As I said, and when I say, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I talk about that, the recreation movement. And like, just because it is, the world has gotten like so complex and just like, maybe it's always been like that, but simpler times we talk a lot about here when people just played hide and seek when they were kids and there was like, they rode their bikes and everything wasn't electronic and there, people learned to play the piano and now things are good. It's different. It's a lot different. And there's a lot of us here who remember that and say, no, I prefer it to be the way it used to be. But then we're stuck saying, well, it's not like that anymore. It's not going to be that. How do we adapt? How do we move forward? Doesn't just be, I heard that too, be in the world, but not of it. Just because whoever is making this rule or saying that we have to go at the speed of light or the technology doesn't mean that we have to lose our humanness and partake in all of it. Yes, of course. Things have changed. Jobs have changed. You have to know how to use a computer. You have to do your banking online for certain things. You have to use these apps to do this and that. But you don't have to lose those values. If just because everyone else doesn't really ride bikes anymore doesn't mean you can't, I guess. Doesn't mean like just because maybe people are now trading their bicycles in for a freaking electronic pedal thing. Doesn't mean you have to. No, you want to prefer to get exercise. So you want to move your body and go out and do that. Like we don't have to. There's not someone saying we have to. Again, I talk about it like if we live in the old, are we going to get left behind? But it's more about, like I said, the recreation thing and what we're doing here is like take those important things because the world, and it's like what? The majority over, it's usually right. The majority over the minority. If all the world's moving fast and there's like people who aren't, eventually might get left behind unless those people are so strong and they could go and do something else. You hear that, right? Go live off the grid and build a commune and live with these people. If you could survive like that. But there's so many more people I feel like who are doing it the other way these days. So it's like, what do you do? No, the word, not patriotic, but like when it's a sad thing, but it's like a memorable, like, Dan, help me here. You know what I'm talking about. It's a simple word. As soon as I say it, you'll know what I'm saying. But more of a, I'll have to play a commercial and go ask him. But Joe says the purpose of my life is to live a simple, minimalistic, conservative life, to make people laugh and make others happy. Hold on, here he is. No. It's the word that when you describe something that's kind of sad. It's not sad. It's like it hits. It's like very like emotional, but it's like the, you know the word I'm going to say. It's I'm probably not describing it. Dan. Okay, hold on. Oh, we're going to get this word. I'm going to play a little commercial. Here, let's remind you of the recreation movement. Hold on.
They tell us we're living in a fast-paced world. Busy, busy, busy. But busy doing what? Scrolling, swiping, chasing notifications, collecting likes, followers, views. Somehow we've become more connected than ever and more disconnected than ever. We become so busy chasing attention from strangers that we've forgotten the people right in front of us. We become so focused on building audiences that we've stopped building communities. We become so concerned with being seen that we've forgotten how to truly see each other. And somewhere along the way, basic human courtesy became optional. Returning a phone call, answering an email, keeping your word, showing up when you said you would. I don't miss the past. I miss the things we left behind. This isn't about going backwards. It's not about rejecting technology. It's not about living in the past. The future is here. AI is here. Technology is here. The question isn't whether we move forward. The question is, what do we bring with us? Do we leave behind empathy, gratitude, community, creativity, integrity, human connection, or do we carry them forward? The recreation movement is about bringing the best of the past into the future, not rebuilding the world, recreating what we've lost, because the future doesn't need less humanity, it needs more. And in a world becoming increasingly artificial, being human may become the most revolutionary thing we can do. The recreation movement. Preserve what matters.
He showed up with a grin, 7 shades in his hand, red on the mailbox, orange in the sand, yellow on the jacket, green in the leaves, blue in the puddles, indigo on the breeze. He said, look again, tell me what you see. A little more color, a little more me. No dull little corners, no fading in sight. Just a world waking up in the splash of the light. Roy G. Biv, and it let it live. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet too. Roy G. Biv, look at what he gives. Colors in the sky, colors everywhere, makes the whole world alive. With a spark in the air, he brushed the clouds at dawn, made the whole roof glow, poured some red in the sunset, then let the blue wind flow. Green in the park grass, yellow on the swing, orange in the window when the kids all sing. He said, look again, don't let it slip by. A bright little magic on the edge of your eye. From the ground to the treetops, from the sea to the night. Everything gets louder when it dresses in light. Roy G. Biv, then it let it live. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet too. Roy G. Biv, look at what he gives. Colors in the sky, colors everywhere. he just works with a smile. Turn a plain little day into a painted out mile. If the world feels quiet, he knows what to do. One quick pass of color and it starts dancing too. Roy G. Beef, paint it, let it live. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet too. Roy G. Beef, look at what he gives. Colors in the sky, colors everywhere, makes the whole world alive. With a spark in the air.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Holistics. I'm your host, Hollis Mahady, and you are watching Holistics. Sorry, I had to put on another video, so I decided to play Roy G. Biv there because I could not think of the word, but I did think of it. And Aaron was giving his guess, and you were very close, and I just couldn't think of the word. Nostalgic, reminiscent, wistful, yes, retrospect, all good ones. But the word I was thinking was poignant. That was it. And I asked ChatGPT, I said, what is the word? I cannot think of this word. And I said, I'm trying to think of a word that's like emotional, nostalgic, but sad, but like wisdom and hits the heart. I can't think of a word to describe it. And they said, I know the exact feeling you're describing. There isn't one perfect word, but the first one they said it was poignant, which probably the closest, deeply moving, bittersweet, touching in a way that can make your heart ache. Now for me, oh, hello, Patrick. We have a new person in here. Patrick, I don't know if you're still there, but welcome to Holistics. I'm Hollis. Everybody in the chat room they're wonderful people, and we're all chatting, and we're talking a little bit TJF. But before the little break there, was talking about the Star Spangled Banner, and I was thinking maybe next Friday I'll bring the video up about the song of Sir Francis Scott Key, who wrote it, and the words of it, and the story. There's a video, and that's when I watched it. It makes you want to cry. But Dan came out and I was like, Dan, what's the word? He said that's not the word he thinks of. And he's a veteran. He fought for the country and the flag. He knows the whole story of it. He was telling me a little bit more. But he says when he sees it, or even when he hears the song Taps, that song that they play, he feels sad, but he also feels pride and patriotic and stuff. But for me, I was like thinking of that word. But we found it, and that's not really TGI Friday, but that's what we were talking about. But very close. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Malik. What is your comment? That comment, H and 8 say hate. Are you a hater? We don't have, we're love zombies here. We don't have hateful comments. But if you have a nice comment, tell us a little bit about yourself. We're welcoming in here. And where you're from, or whatever you want to share. How you found us, just being on Rumble, that we're up there. Did it tell you to come in and watch? What made you click on it? Because it's we're talking about TGI Fridays. We go back and forth. We talk about all different things. We're just talking about the Star Spangled Banner, about 4th of July coming up, and some other things. So that's the story. But it's nice to have some new names in here that I haven't seen before. As I said, sometimes that's a benefit of being featured on Rumble, that they will, sometimes more people are exposed to it and they might say, oh, let me check it out. That's why I was laughing before when I was like, the cover of the show is like TGI Fridays Reminiscence, and they come in and we're just talking about like fatty liver and like all holistic health, but it is called Holistics. So Fridays is usually reserved for TGI Fridays, but I have to be honest, I would much rather talk about holistic health than Steve Urkel, but I do have fun talking about Steve Urkel and dinosaurs and Fraggle Rocks a lot of times. I'm just saying I could go on and on more about that. I'm really passionate about it, but I do have a good time on TJ Fridays. And sometimes you just need lightheartedness in the world. The world is heavy, as we talk about. That's why Love Zombies come to the rescue. But the world is a heavy place. So sometimes you just want to not think too much. And you do just want to talk about old memories and old cartoons and all that stuff. Yeah, good. Oh, good. So that's good. We're doing good on Rumble. Very good. Well, with that said, I don't want to end the party just yet. We'll keep going for a little bit. I remember the first episode I did about TGI Fridays, the very first Friday night, or maybe it was the second night. But I I went like 6 hours. I'm like, oh, I obviously had never done one before. So it was like, well, I was just getting all it out in once. But I'm like, oh my gosh, that show was like 6 hours. And that was a show. It had like 80,000 views. As I said, I don't care about views and all that. But at that point, I think it was when Rumble was like fudging the numbers because I think they got in trouble or something called them out. Like they had to do more realistic numbers. I don't know. But as I said, I do like Rumble as far as it's the best of the worst. I am not a huge fan of social media, but it's necessary evil. And if you don't put it out there, who's going to see it? Like I said, I do these shows because I enjoy doing them. We have a good group of people, but at the same time, if nobody sees it, I'll just be talking to myself. But that's why it's always nice when people come in and chat. And when the new people come in and actually, yeah, there you go. Aaron, poignant memory. Like those poignant, I always, it's like, makes you feel like, not sad, but very like connect, like, oh. So, what else? See, I have so much to talk about, and then I was just like, woo. Don't forget, guys, if you are new here, if you are one of those 15 eyeballs, go ahead, take a second, like the show. If you are watching and you do enjoy it, you can, if you're interested in joining our community, have a community for people navigating change in the world. That's what we do here. We're just getting through life together. At least on Friday nights. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays are our TJF, but we talk about a variety of subjects. I get into lots of different things. Like I said, holistic health is something lately, even though it's called holistics, I haven't really focused that much on it. Our first batch of episodes, I'll say our first 30 some episodes, we talked a lot about music. We talked about AI. We've talked about lots of different things. I've had some guests on, which are great. And I re-air some of those episodes sometimes, but they are all on my Spotify as well. If you are on Spotify, you type in holistics with the dash. All my past episodes are up there. Almost all of them. I think there was a few TGIF ones I forgot to put up there, but everything is up there. And of course, on my website, hollismahady.com, I am a musician. And I also have an independent album that I released. I wrote it all myself. No help with ChatGPT or AI. I don't use that for my own personal music because I could sing and play and write. And it took me many, many years, 2 decades to do all that. So why stop now and have a computer do it for me? So that is what I do. But yes, with that said, maybe I'll play a little Amnesia. This is one of my songs. That's all out on my website.
They got us forgotten who we are, left in the dark. In the night of grace, we'll remember our home, see the face of the sacred place that we know, and we'll remember who we are. It's amnesia, we're all got amnesia.
Music has always been such an important part of my life. It's been a constant, a lifeline, a force that shaped who I am. I understand the heart of an artist, those who create not for fortune or fame, but because the music lives inside them, because it's what fills their soul. That's why I created Voice of Freedom Records, not just as a home for my own music, but as a place where one day others can bring their voices to the world. In a time when algorithms and fleeting trends seem to decide what we hear, we focus on the quality, not just the quantity. We search for music that matters, music that speaks to the heart, that stirs something deep within us, that reminds us what it means to be human. Because at Voice of Freedom Records, it's not just about making noise, it's about making music that moves souls.
Welcome back to Holistics. I am your host, Hollis Mahady, and you are watching Holistics. And Joe said, he explained it really good. Basically, an emotion, poignant, the word. Basically, an emotion that only you know how it really feels, but it's just not something you can explain. Yes. Very well said. Yep. Aaron says, yes, exactly well said. Yep, that's right. Because it might not be to someone else, but I don't know, like a video or something like God is love is here. Jesus Christ loves you. If you enjoy Christian content, check out this channel, get followed back. Well, there you go. I like that. Well, yes, give us a follow. We'll follow you back. I always like people who are godly. But you know what, Joe? And thank you for coming in. God's love. Where are you from? If you want to stay and chat. But on the break there, I just pulled up Fraggle Rock a little bit. Maybe we'll just put a little because this is TGI Fridays. Let's play the theme song again because it's so cute. And we won't watch a full episode, but maybe watch just a little clip of it. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, let me add it to the stage. There we go. This is cute. Down at Fraggle Rock. Let's play this. I played this last week too.
Fraggle Rock.
Aw. Okay, let's see what else is here. Maybe like a little clip.
Hackfest is here with big savings at Best Buy.
Oh, the Muppets. Oh,
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain of the Muppet Show tonight.
Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show.
But yeah, let's get things started. Why don't you get things started?
It's time to get things started. Sensational, inspirational, celebrational, computational.
This is what we call a Muppet Show.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Aw. Hold on. Wait, where'd I go? It's so cute. Aw. And then there's the Muppet Babies. But you know, the Dance Your Cares Away. And the Fraggle Rock, down at Fraggle Rock. Like, you know, cartoons and for kids and everything. It's always like, leave your worries behind. You know, it's kind of like Love Zombies Land. Like, but, you know, I think it's just, why does it have to be so difficult on Earth? Like, why does it have to be so, life has to be so difficult? It's human to make everything so freaking complicated. Then you could go really deeper on who's really running the world and all that, which I do get into, but not on Holistics. You have to find me somewhere else for that. But, you know, it's always the common theme. And it's just, I don't know. But let's see Fraggle Rock a little bit. Because I don't remember that at all. But the Muppet Babies. Remember, was it like Nanny? You never saw her though, right? Just her feet. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here. Let's go back to the rock. Yeah, let's just
And now our feature program.
Oh wait, we just. Oh no, okay.
To the gallon.
Down at Fraggle Rock.
It's even better than I thought. 30 kilometers to a liter. Imagine that, Sprocket. An 11-year-old station wagon that gets 30 kilometers to a liter. That's 71 miles to the gallon. Oh. Hello? Hello, Ned. It's Shimmer Finney. Ned, you won't believe it. Remember that carburetor I rebuilt to save gas? Well, I've been running it for the past 2 weeks now, and I'm getting about 71 miles to the gap. Why are you laughing? He's laughing, Sprocket. What kind of joke? You've been adding gas to my tank every night? You mean I'm not getting better mileage? Stop that laughing. Shimmer Finney, this is no joke. I've sent a report about this to the North American Society of Tinkerers. I'll be a laughing stock.
I don't remember.
Our friendship
any of this.
is at an end. Go and never darken my phone again. Ned Shimmer Finney. Who needs him? Let's go and do something else. Let's play a little football, just you and me. Yeah, we'll toss the old pigskin around for a while. Uh-oh.
This is Fraggle Rock.
Just remembered, we don't have a football. Always used to borrow Ned Shimmer Finney. I tell you what, let's play a round of our new computer game, Triple Cross. Remember what fun that is? Oh, yeah. Takes 3 players. Yeah, Mr. Shimmer Finney used to come on over. Yeah, well, who needs him?
Marjorie, wake up! Marjorie, you're having a nightmare!
Oh, boys, what an experience!
Forget it, Marjorie. Yeah, it was just a dream.
Oh, it wasn't.
I was down at the pantry to get a radish for my breakfast, and since there are no radishes down there, and it is your job to pick the radishes, I thought you had died.
Oh, Boober, I'm sorry. I forgot. Well, I guess one does not live on art alone. I'll go do it right away.
Nice of you to remember.
Oh, anytime. Oh. Radishes and doozer constructions. It is so nice to have variety in the diet.
Dear Diary, it's been an exciting week for me here at Doozer Hand. I have a new job, working in the radish mines. Good morning. Whoops. After we have cut up the radish, we take the pieces to the mill where they are ground to radish dust. And of course, radish dust is the material out of which our doozer sticks are made. And doozer sticks are the building blocks of our castles. And that's what my new job is like, Diary.
If I can't have radishes, doozer constructions are almost as good. I wonder why that is.
Yes, Chief.
Then you're alive, wouldn't it?
Oh, you know I can't recognize you with that helmet on.
My dream and make it true. That's what doozers like to do, and building is the doozer way to go. 2, 3, 4, 'cause every day the world is new. There's things to pay attention to, and building is the surest way we know. 2, 3, 4, set your shoulder, move that boulder up. 2, 3, 4, up. 2, 3, 4, make our dreams work through our teamwork. Up. 2, 3, 4,
I'm gonna feel it a little bit.
because I hate
gets worse and worse. We haven't had a decent meal in 3 days. We are slowly starving. First, the Gorgs took our radishes, and then for some unimaginable reason, the Doozers stopped building. I don't... Wait a minute! I can't just write about this! I've got to do something! Now!
I know it's
Uh-oh, here comes the king and his
All right. Well, I think we had enough of that. I mean, I think I did anyway. Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird. You wonder, like, God, we really have come such a far way, but it's like, I wonder how they did that with the Muppets and everything. You know? I'm totally quiet right now. Oh. Just thinking, how did they do it with those little people? Like, I wonder what the production of that looked like. Because it's so different now. Look how advanced it is now. But it's something very cute and simple about it all. It is cute. I don't know. This is the guy I remember the most. That green guy, though. This one here.
Get out of here. It's over. I'm back to who I'm supposed to be.
You're supposed to be whoever you want to be. I liked how you looked.
Hoagie! Where did you come from?
Fraggle Rock.
Yes, but what are you doing here?
Red said I had to choose between being a go or a bow, but I'm not really either. Maybe a little in between. But also, I just wanted to get decorations.
Oh, so you wembled. Yeah, I'm kind of a wembler myself. It's kind of in my name.
But I'm not a wembler. I'm Hoagie. Hey, you want to help me get decorations from the Great Glitterini?
The Great Hoodalini? What?
Glitterini. He's awesome and has the best glitter around. I'll show you.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. No, you know what? Looking at it, I wonder if they were like puppets on their hands that you can't see in there, because you do see the bottoms of their body for some of them. I wonder if it was like that even then, or if there were strings that we don't see. So I remember looking at Labyrinth. Oh, we should see if we can look at that. Labyrinth comes up a lot, but that was cool. Like how they did it. They were actually puppet people, and there was probably people in those costumes. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they were electronic. Here, let me see if it's like. It's very interesting. But I think I remember in the scene with those red guys, you know, when they're throwing the heads and everything, that the puppeteers were dressed in black. Let me see. I think that's cool. Let's see. Labyrinth puppets. How about puppets? Here, how about Labyrinth puppets behind the scene? Let's see what this is. Oh, wow. Here. This is cool.
Well, Hoggle is certainly the most complicated puppet creature we've ever built. It's the most technically elaborate face because we've put about 18 motors in there to control all the different portions of the face with these 18 motors, and 4 people operating that from outside by radio control. It creates enormous problems in just trying to figure out how to make that into one expression.
The Hoggle crew are 5 performers, one of which is really an actress, Shari. She's inside the costume. She does all the body movement, and her head is inside the head. However, the jaw is not connected to her jaw. Nothing that the face is doing has any connection with what she's doing with her face. The other 4 members of the crew are all radio crew, myself included.
A head doesn't just speak, it moves while it speaks. and the body has to have the right attitude, the right breathing, and the right, stance, body position, and stuff like that. So it was very important to really act Hoggle out and know what transitions were going on, just as much as the people doing the head.
You monster! They breathe as fast as I can spray.
5 performers trying to get one character out of one puppet. It's a very tough thing.
That makes it worse! That makes it
Basically, what it takes is a lot of rehearsing and getting to know each other, getting to know each other's timing, so that when I go, yeah, something like that. The eyes go here, and Sherry goes here, and everybody does it at the same time, and they all know that it's going to come, and they know exactly what it's going to sound like and all that. That took a lot of rehearsal.
Ain't it? Now, would you go left or right?
Wow, I never saw that.
We both stayed open too long.
It's Hoggle! And don't
Because he was the most complicated character. We were trying to do more with him, and he had to be virtually the second lead in the film. His hands were always a problem because Shari has very small hands, and we had to build these sort of large hands over her.
Vera, do we have the little hanky?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Let's see what you can do. Can you get that? Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Almost.
How long is this movie going to be?
Okay, now here we go. Two of them. Oh, all right.
Great!
Tell you what, you give me the bracelet, and I'll show you the way out of the labyrinth.
You were gonna do that anyway.
Yes, well, that's what would make it a particularly nice gesture on your part.
No. I'll tell you what. If you won't take me to the center, take me as far as you can, and then I'll do it on my own.
What is that, anyway?
Plastic?
Sure. Now, don't promise nothing, but I'll take you as far as I can. Then you're on your own, right?
Right.
Right. Whoa, plastic.
Aw, wow, that is so cool. I remember kind of seeing part of that, but I never saw that whole thing. Look at this one. Wow, Inside the Labyrinth. That looks awesome. Here, we won't play the whole thing, obviously, but I just want to see what this is. For any of those labyrinth fans out there. I think that's really good, right? Yeah, in my opinion.
You're him, aren't you? You're the Goblin King.
Cool.
David Bowie and friends, hard at work at 2 a.m. in the Atlantic Studios, New York City. They're laying down a new Bowie composition, Underground, the title track for the latest Jim Henson, George Lucas film adventure, Labyrinth.
That's so cool. What if they did all the music? Aww. This is so cool. We will watch the whole thing. Any Labyrinth fans out there? I've never seen this. I definitely have to watch this.
Is that the castle beyond the
Oh my
Goblin
gosh.
Turn back, Sarah.
Let me just see. Oh, look at it.
I thought, what the hell, I've done Laughing Gnome. I might as well cut all the way. We're back. I never...
So cool. Wow. Wow.
One bunch of characters that Sarah meets in the labyrinth is called the Fire Gang. When we first came up with them, we did.
And action.
How you turned my world.
Aw. Aw.
There he goes now.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
This is so cool. I'm gonna watch that for sure. I can't wait. But again, big Labyrinth fans out there. Sorry, I really forgot I'm on air. I'm like, oh, it's one of my favorite movies. I can't believe I've never seen that. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Like now, look at today's. They don't even need any of that. But that was like again the magic of the time. Like, look at how much went into that. Like, real like puppets and everything like that. And now it's just with AI and everything, there probably be never need for that again. It's just kind of sad. But again, it's also that is just the part of the era of time and the things that, change and things get easier now. But that's why certain things are just magical. But back in the chat room real quick. Joe said, I'm pretty sure the Doozers were stopped motion puppets. I watched something on YouTube about how Paddington Bear, Paddington, he was in England, was because there was a Paddington station and they had a bear there, I remember. It was made in the 70s. He was a stop motion puppet and the artist explained how they had to do it. Yeah. It's probably similar like to Labyrinth stuff. I don't know. You'll have to look up Paddington maybe next time. Were the puppeteers underneath the stage below the camera frame? Right. Is content still being made this way? I don't know. You would think, like, I guess probably my guess would be no, because maybe now they have easier ways. Like, I wondered then, if they knew there was just an easier way, would they want to do it? Or is part of why it's such a masterpiece and special thing because it did take so much time and skill and talent. So that was Labyrinth was, I'm sure there were other movies that merged, humans and puppets and all that, but it's pretty freaking interesting. Joe says, I have to admit, I don't know anything about entertainment shows today. I've only watched shows in my younger years. Yeah. So there you go, guys. If you could look that up on Inside the Labyrinth, it's called. Yeah, I really want to watch the rest of that. Inside the Labyrinth, for those Labyrinth fans out there, we talk about a lot. I even have my Labyrinth t-shirt. I probably should have worn it tonight. It would have actually been appropriate for this, but Labyrinth usually does come up. So, but as we are getting to 10 o'clock, almost 3 hours here on air on Holistics, TGIF Fridays, I am going to begin to wrap it down a bit because frankly, I'm getting hungry and I have to think about what I'm going to have on my Friday night. I did have pizza last week, not on Friday. We actually had on Sunday. It was so good. It was from this place called Marco's, which I guess was like a chain, but what made it so good is I got the hot honey, glaze on it. It was so good. So I don't know, but all I know is that I am going to start to say my closing remarks and farewells to everybody. I hope that everybody has an awesome weekend. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you are here, if you just popped in and said hello, if you're one of those eyeballs watching and you weren't chatting, that's all right too. Again, my name is Hollis Mahady. And this is Holistics. And I am here live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays are kind of dedicated, even though we go off in certain directions. Tonight, we spend a lot of time talking about our livers, fatty liver and holistic health, which it is called Holistics. And now we're touching more on the TGIF, but TGIFs are reserved for a little bit nostalgia, throwback. And Monday and Wednesday, we get into all different sorts of topics. And next Friday will be July 3rd, but I think we should do something maybe patriotic or something special. I was talking about the Star Spangled Banner. Maybe we will play that and tell a little bit about the story. But Monday and Wednesday, we'll see what comes into my brain that we're going to talk about those days. And again, if anyone has any ideas or topics, always you could throw them out there. But we just kind of see where it goes here. Sometimes I plan, sometimes I don't. We are going to have 2 guests the following week, which I'm very excited. Monday, July 6th is going to be Mark Woodiette, the violin player. And that following Friday is going to be Donna from the Waverly Wellness House, which I'm excited about both of them. But I will make some promos and tell you more about that all next week. You're going to be hearing about those 2 names a lot because they are coming to my show and I'm very excited about it. So, with that said, I am going to start to cue up our closing. I hate to say goodbye. But it is that time of night. I don't want to overstay my welcome. But again, if you guys ever first time here in the chat room, thank you for those people who stopped by and said hello. There's some new names in there I did not recognize. But to my regular people who come in here and they decide to spend their Friday night with me, it means a lot. And I really appreciate you. Thank you. I just scroll up so I don't miss anyone because I like to always give a little special shout out. And if I ever miss you, it's not personal. I just must have missed it. But I don't usually miss it, do I? But a big shout out as usual to, we had a lot of people chatting. I like that. I always like when people chat. Wait here, let me just go all the way up to the beginning here. Well, we had Must Kill Chris in the room. I don't know. It gets late there, so he might have popped out kind of early. And of course, Joe and Shannon was in the house. White Noise. A couple, like I said, a couple names I didn't recognize. Jim Sims, thank you for all your knowledge about health and the human body parts. And Joe, Mugga Dirt Biker, of course. Dark Knighted was in here for a minute. Aaron, of course. Thank you, Aaron, for being here. Give my love to Amy and Aspen. And Dan with his help on the side there. A big shout out to Smurglio, who I know is watching. We love you. And anyone else I might have missed. But thank you guys so much for joining. It's like I said, I repeat myself, but it bears repeating. It's always better when you guys are in here. It makes it, more connected. And thank you for listening. I am, again, if you are excited, if you are interested, I just put this out. It's released. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. Love Zombies, and it's only 8 seconds.
Love Zombies Land, out now. Get your digital copy exclusively at hollismahady.com or order the paperback today on Amazon.
There you go. That's the book there that I wrote. And it literally, let me just get, there it is. Literally, my copy just came today and it is all good. I approved it and now it is officially up for sale if you want the printed book. The digital copy is available exclusively on my website there, and that is hollismahady.com. Let me just put that up there. I have no idea where Joe's comment is down here. Oh, that was the last one there. Let me just grab that here. Go all the way down. We did have a lot of comments. I love it. Aw. Thank you, Aaron. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. He says, thank you for a great show. But there's hollismahady.com. Again, it's, like I said, it's up there and it's on my website. Also, my music's on the website. As I said, just in case you're a tail straggler here, I am about to end the show, but I'm an independent musician. I do everything myself. And I'm here building our community. And there's our QR code. If you're interested in joining the community, you get exclusive content and perks. There's lots of podcasts up there. And if you do join, it's $10 a month. And you get a copy of the Love Zombies Land right up there. It's already up there. So you just have to sign up and you will get that. But if you prefer, like I do, a real book on your shelf, this is the first book I've ever written and actually put out. So it's very exciting. Made by me. The story came from this mind. So there you go, everybody. Let me cue up my closing song here. And I will be back Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Stay safe. Spread the love. I say that a lot, but it's true. It doesn't hurt to be kind. It sounds cheesy sometimes, and it shouldn't sound cheesy. Be the change you want to see in the world. Sometimes people just need a smile or to be nice. And if you're a creative, you're out there, if you're struggling, don't ever, you're not alone. Just know you're not alone. And if you're doing something that maybe no one else believes in you or anything like that, don't stop. Don't give up. Keep going. Believe in yourself. I know how that is. Keep believing. Have faith. And that's it. Those are my words of wisdom and my love to everybody out there. So God bless you all. And good night, Joe. We appreciate you too, Hollis. That's why we'll always be here. Well, thank you so much, Joe. Right back at you. Love you guys all very much. And have a great weekend, Joe. Enjoy it. Much deserved. And I'm sure you will. All of you guys, take care. Love you all. Have a good night. Bye. I hate to go.
Thank you for watching Holistics, hosted by me, Hollis Mahady. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to hollismahady.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial. And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lights shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the start. Somewhere along the way they fall apart, and it makes it kinda hard to look up at the lights. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I can finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. When you wish upon a star just to find out it's a plane. And when you think you've come so far, but you're standing still again, and you finally understand. When the lights go out, everything is clear. When the lights go out, I could finally see. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Hope, try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't.